So second-rate Sooners. So take the seat. Sit back and enjoy this one. It's Oklahoma against TCU coming up on College Football Saturday.
Wide open touchdown. Hitch up the Sooner Schooner. Second-ranked Oklahoma likes the feel of the driver's seat. But tonight, they face the #1 defense in the nation, the rough and tough Horned Frogs of TCU. In 10 seasons, OU coach Bob Stoops has only lost 2 home games. The last loss in Norman, TCU in 05. Is this the best Oklahoma team of the decade? They have a Heisman Trophy candidate in quarterback S.Bradford. Multiple weapons out of the backfield. And a bunch of big play receivers. Second-ranked Oklahoma battles 23rd-ranked TCU. What happens when the top-scoring team in the nation battles the #1 defensive unit in the country? Find out next on College Football Saturday.
The atmosphere in Sooner Country, as good as it gets, and it should be, with so much at stake. From Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium in Norman, Big 12 College Football Saturday, all presented by KFC. And today, the undefeated 23rd-ranked TCU Horned Frogs from the Mountain West Conference taking on the undefeated #2 team of the nation, the Oklahoma Sooners. Hi, everybody. Joel Myers alongside Dave Lappman. Welcome to Norman, where there is added significance to this matchup today between these two teams after the loss by USC and Corvallis, Oregon on Thursday night. And, Dave, what we've seen from the Oklahoma Sooners over the first 3, well, the highest-scoring team in the nation, but, boy, do they have balance.
And diversity in that balance, Joe. They can go empty backfield, or they can go 2 backs, 2 tight ends, and everything in between. And the maestro of all those components, S.Bradford, very bright, very poised, completing 79% of his passes. And the numbers are crazy. Almost 55 points a game, over 550 yards a game. How do you stop all those weapons?
Well, that's the big question for the #1 team in total defense. With more on that story, let's head downstairs. Gary Reasons. Gary?
Well, Joel, the defense for TCU is certainly key, and it's going to be key in this football game to try to pressure S.Bradford and try to match up with this Oklahoma offense. Really, I think that it's going to be need of getting some turnovers and opportunities. Create the opportunities with your defensive line, whether it's Cody Moore, number 56, get an interception, or it's your all-sack master, Jerry Hughes, get it done for you on the other side. Getting points for your defense, that's what Gary Patterson's going to need here in this football game. In 2005, they came away with 4 turnovers, and that was the difference for them to get the big victory here in Norman. It's number 23, TCU against number 2, Oklahoma on College Football Saturday, presented by KFC. When we return, Mike Goldberg and DeMarco Barr will join us in our College Football Saturday studio.
If you wear prescription glasses, you know protecting your eyes from the sun can be a real problem. Clip-ons let light shine right in from the sides, and prescription sunglasses cost
1-800-401-5923 or visit us online at hdwraparounds.com. So call 1-800-401-5923. That's 1-800-401-5923. Call now.
Welcome to Big 12 College Football Saturday, presented by KFC. Mike Goldberg, DeMarco Farr. Let's take a trip around the Big 12 real quick.
Bring it.
Start at number 7, Texas. They hosted Arkansas. Game was to be
in the end zone there. I like that.
Final 52-10. Colorado has their hands full. They are in Tallahassee. This is in the fourth quarter. We'll keep you posted. Seminoles lead 32-21. How about Sam Bradford? We're about to see him perform again. Number 2 in the nation in passing efficiency. Number 2 in the nation in completion percentage. And the deuces are wild because he is number 2 in the nation in points responsible per game for his team. Now, on paper, this game we have TCU, Oklahoma, looks lopsided.
Yeah.
What do the Horned Frogs have to do?
Well, if you're TCU, you have to take some chances on defense. You have to turn this game into a 3-step game for Sam Bradford. You can't allow him to drop 7 yards in the backfield and just throw down the field. You don't have the horses for it. You got to take chances defensively.
If you don't take chances, he might not be number 2 in all those things anymore. He might be number 1.
Yeah.
Don't forget to text us as the day continues here on College Football Saturday, 310-425-9455. Oklahoma and TCU. Bob Stoops 56-2 at home. As we get ready to head to Norman, we hope you enjoy the kickoff. It's coming up next on Big 12 College Football Saturday, presented by KFC.
If you wear prescription glasses, you know protecting your eyes from the sun can be a real problem. Clip-ons let light shine right in from the sides, and prescription sunglasses cost a
Call 1-800-401-5923 or visit us online at hdwraparounds.com. So call 1-800-401-5923. That's 1-800-401-5923. Call now.
College Football Saturday, all presented by KFC and the KFC $10 challenge. 7 pieces of KFC original recipe, 1 large side, 4 biscuits for just $9.99. Life tastes better at KFC. And brought to you in part by freecreditreport.com. You know your credit score? You can find out right now, instantly and online at freecreditreport.com. Also by Best Buy. You happier. And we are definitely on top of the world. When you're in Norman, Oklahoma, it is one of the great places to watch college football. From the Mountain West, the Horned Frogs of TCU. Winners here, as Mike Goldberg and DeMarco Farr were talking about it just a few minutes ago. And a team with so much at stake. The opportunity to vault to number 1 of the nation, the Sooners. Downstairs we go, though, to Jim Knox. Knoxy.
Coach, the last time your Horned Frogs were here, you pulled off the upset the last time the Horned Frogs came to town. What's it going to take today to knock off the upset against the second-ranked Sooners?
Well, you know, every game's a different game, but the bottom line is we can't turn the ball over. We got to get takeaways. Got to play great defense, and we got to take this ball game into the fourth quarter. We get it into the fourth quarter. We got kids who know how to play in the fourth quarter. We'll have a chance.
Best of luck, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
DeMarco Murray from the the 13, breaks a tackle across the 20, out to the 25, so they go with their guns early. They don't waste any time. Murray out there with Joaquin Iglesias to bring it back. So they're very best out there on kick returns. And brought down by Robert Henson. But the story in our KFC starting lineups, Sam Bradford, and hitting close to 80% over the first 3. In 16 starts where he's played most of the game, 14-2. And amazing numbers throughout his career, especially to that bottom one, where he doesn't put his team in positions where they don't succeed. 48/10, touchdowns to interceptions. Pretty amazing for a guy that's only a sophomore. Murray weaving his way, and boy, did a good job to get a 1.5 yards. That's how much penetration the Horned Frogs had from TCU. And what a load Phil Loadholt is. The senior from Fountain, Colorado, second team All Big 12 last year, still at about 340 and lost 15 pounds coming into the season. Murray is the key. He makes it all work, and they've got balance. There's no question about that. But as I talk about Murray, he bolts, angling over to the left side, up to the 33 for about 6, short of the first down by a little more than 3, brought down by strong safety from Stephen Hodge. But this defense holding opponents to only 8 points a game, and they run a 4-2-5. Jerry Hughes, he's a catalyst. We saw him earlier taking one back 24 yards last week against SMU. Their 2 linebackers. Phillips will lead him and stops most of the time. And then Stephen Hodge, the senior strong safety, young man from Tatum, Texas. He was all Mountain West last year. There's Gresham. How do they not account for the tight end? Look out. He's going for a record. Well, a flag down in the play. Gresham goes the distance. Will it come back? If it stands, he now is the all-time touchdown leader in Oklahoma history among tight ends.
I think they may call the Oklahoma wide receiver blocking down the football field. I believe it might have been M.Johnson. They may call him for holding in space, and it may come back. But Gresham, 17th touchdown catch, and will be nullified.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Good call, David.
You know, and that's been a big key for Oklahoma. They get a lot of big plays because the wide receivers have been so aggressive and so good in their blocking down the football field. And here's Gresham coming in. All he's going to do is run a shallow cross, and they catch TCU in an all-out blitz. Both inside linebackers are coming, and they hit the vacated area where those linebackers were supposed to be. They came on the heavy-duty blitz. Gresham caught it, turned it upfield, almost to the house, but the holding penalty nullified that touchdown.
So it's first down as they bring it back to the 38. So the big play early for Oklahoma. And that's what TCU has got to avoid on the play fake. Bradford with time on the deep out. And it's deflected at the last second. Boy, what a jump on that route by Rafael Priest. Their 2 corners both have started every game over the last 3 seasons as he was looking for Joaquin Iglesias, and it looked like he was going to get there.
Well, Gary Patterson is going to load the box up, try to bring one more than Oklahoma can block, and if that's the case, the corners have to hold up in the perimeter.
The quick rhythm offense finds the other man underneath. Now I'm talking about the other big guy underneath. Is Coleman, the free safety, takes care of Chaney. 6'5". He looks like a tight end. He's only 210 pounds, though, so not tight end weight, but 6'5". What a target.
And that's what I was talking about with the diversity of this Oklahoma offense. They started the game with the big boy formation. They're back to the big boy formation. And look at TCU start to load the box up a little bit.
They need a yard and a half, Dave. It's inside the 30. Movement up front. Murray put down in a hurry. And it was Darrell Washington, a strong side backer, knifing through.
TCU jumped offside.
Yeah, they were off early.
The voice inflection got him, Joel. Little hard count in the cadence by Sam Bradford.
Offside on the defense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. First down.
They know they can't make mistakes, and they also have to take the ball away. They had a couple of mistakes early.
Watch right up front here. You're going to have guys jumping into the neutral zone right there. You can't listen to the quarterback. Move when the football moves, particularly if the football's right underneath your nose.
There's Bass, the nose tackle, the senior from Fort Worth. There was a couple. The little double move action. Iglesias wide open. Touchdown, Sooners.
Let's take a look. You get Gresham. He's going to run almost like a little outlet. Iglesias on the outside just beats his cornerback on a little double move. wide open in the back corner of the end zone. The worst nightmare for TCU occurs, giving up big plays in Oklahoma's first possession. The pocket, a very comfortable place for Sam Bradford. Good protection by the O-line.
Jimmy Stevens, a redshirt freshman, splits the uprights. And Sam Bradford. That time they were just barely outside of the red zone because they had been perfect in the red zone this year. But Bradford going the distance, 74 yards on the opening drive. Iglesias in the end zone.
Would you like to put a stop to your partner's snoring so you could go to sleep and stay asleep every night? Introducing Pure Sleep, the stop snoring solution. Common snoring is caused when the airway is constricted, causing the soft palate to vibrate. Pure Sleep is a patented self-molded mouthpiece cleared by the FDA, which holds the jaw slightly forward, opening the airway so that the snoring stops. Look at the difference in these before and after images. Pure Sleep puts a stop to snoring on the very first night, or your money back.
That is just the astounding thing. I have not snored. And so this thing works. It's easy to use, easy to mold, works like a charm.
Now we go to sleep, he falls asleep, he's not snoring, I fall asleep within 20 minutes. It's fantastic.
I'm sleeping through the night and so is he, and we're waking up with more energy and not waking up in the middle of the night to say shh.
Pure Sleep is safe and easy to custom fit for maximum comfort. Breathing is normal. Sprays and nose strips are ineffective because they can't open the airway in your throat. Similar devices have been successfully prescribed by dentists for over 20 years, but they can cost over $1,000. Pure Sleep is only 2 payments of $29.95 and is now available without visiting a doctor. Plus, call now and you won't have to risk a penny to try Pure Sleep. If it doesn't work, we'll refund the purchase price, refund the original shipping charge, and even pay to ship it back. Don't suffer through another night of snoring. Enjoy Pure Sleep by calling now. Try Pure Sleep risk-free.
To order Pure Sleep, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-972-0573. That's 1-800-972-0573. Don't wait. Call now.
We welcome you back to Big 12 College Football Saturday presented by KFC. Neither TCU nor Oklahoma had trailed in a game. In fact, it was pretty dramatic, so one-sided for TCU. Now, let's see how they respond coming from behind.
Well, you see Gresham, they thought that he was going to get the football. A slot tight end moved out into the slot, and they didn't. They got the ball behind the cornerback to Iglesias in the back corner of the end zone. Gresham is such a versatile guy. He lined up as a big tight end in the big boy formation, and you can line him up in the slot as a slot receiver, and he was the decoy. Instead of going to the little screen pass, receiver screen, they went deep to Iglesias.
Well, Oklahoma did not play last week, don't forget, so it's a real shame that they lost their rhythm after beating up on Washington to the tune of 55-14 2 weeks ago. Now the short kick. It is going to be Brown bringing it back to the 15. And Brown's got a nice lane across the 30. Look out, he's got a block, and he may be able to go the distance.
Yes, sir.
They don't have an angle? Yes, they do. Wow. At the 20, he's going to be bumped out. Wow. And a touchdown-saving tackle by free safety Lendy Holmes.
What speed Lendy Holmes showed.
What an answer. After you get hit, Dave, with a haymaker to start the game.
Well, and this has been a little bit of inconsistency. Bob Stoops said the special teams have not been quite consistent enough. Missed tackle, people out of their lane a little bit, coverage lanes. Look at Lendy Holmes just like distort the geometry, the angle of pursuit, and cut Brown off and took him out of bounds. Let's see if that becomes a touchdown-saving tackle. If TCU has to line up and for a field goal attempt, 4 points were saved by Lendy Holmes' tackle. If TCU can finalize this and score, it became just another tackle.
It'll be a first down from the 11. Andy Dalton is starting quarterback. Bart Johnson. And Dalton will keep it. He has got 5 touchdowns on the ground. He has yet to throw for a touchdown. As used the man in the backfield, Ryan Christian is his decoy. Ryan Reynolds on the stop. And our just talking about Andy Dalton, 6'3", 210-pounder, a sophomore from Katy, Texas. And Dave, we saw him last year, and he wasn't flustered at all. Playing last year as a redshirt freshman, we saw him at Texas. In fact, through 3 quarters, they were even with the Texas Longhorns.
Well, the thing about him is he's a winner. They're 12-4 with him as a starting quarterback. That's getting it done.
Joseph Turner coming into the backfield as Christian goes in motion. On second down, looking for a screen one way, and it didn't develop. Nice ad-lib. And with a flag down on the play, the receiver takes it in. It's complete.
You got Lyman way downfield. That's going to cost TCU. You had offensive lineman way down the football field. Montgomery was about 5 yards downfield.
Curtis Clay on the catch. So it's going to come back, as you mentioned. And that shows you how resourceful Andy Dalton can be.
An eligible man downfield on the offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And they call it on Giles Montgomery, the right guard. They could have called it on a few more, Dave.
Yeah, he was the one that was furthest downfield, so they called him. And that's what happens when you have a broken play. And the quarterback did a good job. Dalton did a good job of keeping the play alive and creating and extending the play. But the linemen in their head, they have the screen timed out. And, you know, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003 get up the football field. They get up the football field long before the ball was thrown.
Aaron Brown checks into the game. The young man who just brought it back 75 yards. He set it all up for TCU deep in Oklahoma territory. And now it's going to be a second and long. Second and about 14 from the 15. Little slant. And it falls incomplete. He went for Jimmy Young. B.Jackson with contact over there. The corner on that side, a junior from DeSoto. Ball was thrown behind them anyway, though. And on the offensive line, Jake Sluter, the guy, the key in the middle. Second team All-Mountain West last year out of Shawnee, Kansas.
870-pound squat guy.
Joseph Turner, the junior running back out of LBJA High School in Austin. He'll alternate, but he's been a key getting into the end zone. He's been a red zone success for them. They spread the defense. 5 wide receivers, including Aaron Brown to the slot to the near side. Dalton throwing it away. Brown got tangled up at about the 5, and you talk about a touchdown-saving tackle. Lendy Holmes did exactly that.
He did. He saved his team 4 points, maybe more. The field goal has to be converted right now. Can't assume the field goal will be successful. Have to have a good snap, good hold, good kick, good protection. But as of right now, Lendy Holmes' ability to accelerate and make the tackle saved his team points.
Let's not forget, this Oklahoma defense is holding their opponents only 2 touchdowns a game. Field goal try by Ross Evans on its way, and 3 on the board for TCU. So they needed it after they were hit with a big one and a quick one. 2 minutes into the game, a touchdown and a long drive by Bradford hooking up with Iglesias. So Gary Patterson's got to be pleased. They got points on the board early. Now let's see if their defense can slow down the Sooners. When we come back, just about 4 minutes gone.
If you wear prescription glasses, you know protecting your eyes from the sun can be a real problem. Clip-ons let light shine right in from the sides, and prescription sunglasses
1-800-401-5923 or visit us online at hdwraparounds.com. So call 1-800-401-5923. That's 1-800-401-5923. Call now.
Welcome back once again to Norman, Oklahoma, and it is a toasty night. So the guy in the Santa uniform, I mean, got to be a cool customer. It's in the late 80s. We're almost October 1, and game time temperature right around 86, 87 degrees. Welcome back once again. Joel Myers, Dave Lapham, Gary Reasons, Jim Knox, cast of 1 million here in Norman, Oklahoma, and with good reason, so much on the line for the Sooners as Combs will kick it away. Short one.
How about Combs? The birth defect with the left arm.
Didn't slow him down, did it?
Didn't slow him down a bit. Hats off to that young man. Real competitor.
Going to be Murray back deep again. And this time it's going to be Iglesias taking it from the 4. Design, return right. Well, ad-lib a little bit. And in the open field, quite a play by Hodge, the strong safety. Exceptional plays. Time for a game break. Let's head into the studio with Mike Goldberg. Mike.
Hey, Joel, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Number 1 USC, number 4 Florida today, now number 8 Wisconsin. Badgers still haven't won at the Big House since 1994. Michigan wins 27-25, led by their freshman quarterback, Stephen Threet. And it has gone final in Tallahassee. Cody Hawkins and Colorado suffered their first loss of the year. Seminoles win 39-21. Joel.
All right, that's a tough one after the big win over West Virginia for Cody Hawkins and the Colorado Buffaloes. They were trying to go 4-0 for the first time since 1998. Little delay action for DeMarco Murray, bending it outside. And about 5 on the carry for Murray up to the 25. Keys coming in for the Sooners.
The Sooners' key is the letter P. Physical, captured line of scrimmage, run the football, stop the run. P for protect. Got to protect the quarterback. Bradford's only been sacked 1 time this year. Protect the football. TCU has 13 takeaways.
On the roll, Bradford coming back. He's got a first down. M.Johnson, the weak safety, making the stop. And the completion going to Jeremy Curley, the wideout on that side.
TCU.
I think of Ryan Broyles, in fact, on that side.
TCU being very aggressive with their pressure, so roll Bradford out of pocket, change the launch point. Nice route. Settles into a nice little seam in the zone. Completion, move the chains. Accurate Bradford on the run.
Now they bunch 3 on one side. Show a blitz. And flags and a free down. TCU offside as Bradford throws it away. It'll be a 5-yard mark-off, I believe, against TCU.
Yep. Bradford with that voice inflection again, the old hard count.
Offside on a defense, number 29. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And by the way, Ryan Broyles, and I mentioned he made that grab, not the other side, but Ryan Broyles, a redshirt freshman, they're finding more talent here in the state and right here at home. He's out of Norman High School, the young man who made that grab, and he's had some big plays already.
Well, he's averaged over 22 yards per catch. He's been a big play guy. He's great with the football in his hands, has to improve on playing the game without the ball in his hands, blocking and all those things that go along with it.
He's out there with Tunnell. Bradford against the grain, making a mess, and look out, going deep, and boy, what strength in the arm of Sam Bradford overshooting his wide receiver, Broyles. Coleman with good coverage of the free safety, but going against the grain.
And he had eyes in the back of his head to feel this pressure. Pressure coming from the backside. And watch Bradford change the angle. In no way can the pressure catch him. I mean, that's just a great feel in the pocket. A little bit of elusiveness and escapability. Only been sacked. OU has thrown the football over 100 times this year, and there's 1 quarterback sack.
It's 12-1 for Oklahoma when it comes to quarterback sack ratio. Little inside screen. DeMarco Murray. How about the footwork? Now can he get to the marker? Makes a miss. Yes. Wow. First down. Try to catch that guy. Man. Downstairs we go. Gary.
Joel and Dave, guess what? The pace of the game is really in the favor of the Sooners right now. Down here, they have really picked up the pace to start to where they are right now. And I'm not sure that TCU is answering the bell defensively. Gary Patterson trying to go defensive blitz a lot in this football game. But Sam Bradford certainly has the answer right now early on.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up rhythm, because we talked about it, Gary and Dave, at the top of the telecast, and it's even quicker than we anticipated, Dave. On the bend, that's Chris Brown. And he takes it outside of his tackle for about 4 yards. Brought down by T.J. Johnson.
And another thing that Sam Bradford, being the intelligent quarterback that he is, gets at the line of scrimmage, realizes TCU, they're all wound up with rubber bands. So he's going hard count, voice inflection, and he's just pulling them offside like he has them on a string. They're so geared up to blitz, and he's kind of negating that a little bit.
They keep Brown behind Clapp in the eye. Brown again. He's short of the first down, and they'll put him down outside of the 44, so he's going to need 3. Henson, strong side back with the senior from Longview, Texas, in on the hit. Now, it's interesting because and we were here at the stadium last night till about 9:30, 10 o'clock with Gary Patterson and the TCU Horned Frogs. It's one thing you're really impressed with the way Coach Patterson can coach defense.
He's intense. He is all about football. There's no question about that.
Brody Eldridge checking in, the other tight end besides Grisham. They need 3 at the 44. Little slant. They got the first down. Down to the 34, the completion. And taking it in, it's Janelle.
You know, it's another deal going on. A little chess match. This is where the football is going to come on the slant. But Bradford has taken plenty of time to at the line of scrimmage to make the call. TCU is trying to wait him out and then declare their coverage. Bradford's waiting out TCU, waiting him out. So it's all about patience in this up-tempo. It's not up-tempo all the time. He's taking his time at the line of scrimmage some.
He's already thrown for 100 yards in the play fake. Pocket holding up and throwing it behind Brown, he was all spun around.
Yeah.
He was all turned around on that play. So rare incompletion for Sam Bradford. Now the first down marker brought to you by Overstock.com. Your entire order ships for just $2.95 at Overstock.com. Overstock.com at home with the O. Now what a pace to this race. 8:22 to play in the opening 15 minutes. And they're out of the gates in a hurry. You can't work your way into this game or maybe right past you.
Well, they're burning some time here now. Every time they get to the line of scrimmage, they don't go, up-tempo all the time. They can burn clock.
Underneath, right through the hands of his receiver, Cheney on that side. Or make it Clapp, the fullback. And he was available. Wanted to run with it before he had it. The junior from Phoenix, 34-9-84.
Yeah, this couldn't throw the ball any better here. This one just splits his hands. Here's Clapp over here and ends up clapping his hands together as the ball goes through them.
And TCU, number 1 in total defense and holding the opposition to just 32% on their third down tries. Bradford out of the gun with heat. Underneath, look out to Marco Murray down the middle of the field. Making a miss. Tripped up barely by his own man Grisham, I believe. It'll be first and goal at the 8.
Robert Henson got his hand in there and made a shoestring tackle, or Murray goes to the house. Just incredible how Bradford sees the field quickly and checks it down, and watch Murray try to take it to the house. Henson right there just gets the shoestring tackle. Robert Henson saves the touchdown because, boy, Murray was splitting it.
This drive started back at the Sooners' 20-yard line. First and goal from the 8. Murray is taking it straight up the gut down to the 3. Gain of 5 before he's put down by Darrell Washington.
Just a nightmare to try to match up with this Oklahoma offense. With the same personnel, they can go big boy, multiple tight ends, and hammer you, or they can put Grisham in the slot, spread you out a little bit.
Yeah, if he throws it, look out for that. Murray instead won't get there. They stopped him. That's Washington combining with the left end, Jerry Hughes. This is an exceptional defensive unit they're doing this against. Let's not forget that.
It's a very fine defensive unit. They're well coached. It's an unbelievable scheme. And Oklahoma's offensive line is massive. 6'5", over 310 pounds. That's the average size. Led by Bill Lodeholt right over here at 6'8" and a mere 337.
So now third and goal between the 2 and 3. Bradford fade, corner of the end zone, and on the jump ball, a flag comes late. He tried to get it to Quentin Cheney, the 6'5" receiver we were talking about earlier out of Tulsa, and he was all locked up with Nick Sanders with the ball in the air.
Well, you got a 6'5" guy, and you have a 5'10" corner.
On the defense, number 20. Bradford places the 2-yard line. automatic. First down.
And what happened is the corner, Sanders, tried to use the sideline as the 12th defender, but he pushed. And when he pushed off, and that's a good tactic. You have a 6'5" wide receiver, throw the fade to him. And that's exactly what Oklahoma did. Problem is, Gresham's taller than that, and you can throw the fade to him as well.
Chris Brown is checked in behind Clapp in the eye. Jumbo formation for the first time. And ball start, I believe. They give it.
I think it's offside.
That would be again because there was a little bit of a nudge, a lunge by the right side, the tight end.
TCU jumped. They're going to get him again, half the distance to the goal.
Offside on a defense, number 98. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
And that's Jerry Hughes trying to time it, getting off the line of scrimmage. Don't move till the football moves. He's got his eyes in there. Watch him. Look, he definitely jumps. He's trying to beat Oklahoma to the spot. And who's he working against? Gresham. Gresham, the big tight end, blocking a down lineman.
There's Gresham in motion. It'll be first and goal. Brown dives. He's there. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Where the Oklahoma offensive football team is a finely tuned machine. I mean, operating on all 8 cylinders. During the bye week, they just had a little change of oil and just tuned up that engine because they came out humming here to start this game.
Took about 5 minutes off the clock, and that's a long drive, time-wise, compared to the first one, which only consumed 2 minutes. It'll be Stevens for the point after. And a perfect beginning for the Oklahoma Sooners trying to vault into the top spot in the nation after the loss by USC on Thursday night in Corvallis, Oregon. So an 80-yard drive after a 74-yard drive. Oklahoma getting it done early at the expense of TCU.
You may know about OU athletics, but what do you know about OU academics? Did you know that OU ranks first in the nation per capita in national merit scholars enrolled at a public university? Did you know that OU has quadrupled the number of endowed professorships in less than a decade, and that OU ranks in the top 10 in the freshman year experience? OU also has one of the top university art museums in the country, which houses the single most important gift of art ever given to a public university. The University of Oklahoma. We have it all.
Hi, Anthony Sullivan here. Now you can experience what millions of people already know about the most advanced sweeper in the world.
It works, and it's lightweight. That's the best part about it.
With wheels, you can only go one direction at a time. With the sliders, you can go everywhere.
The secret to the swivel sweeper is underneath. It uses sliders, not wheels, so it goes where no other sweeper can.
There's no reason to yank out a big vacuum cleaner. You don't have to with the swivel sweeper. It's right there, and it's bing.
The swivel sweeper uses quad brush technology, so it cleans forwards, backwards, and side to side, and it even swivels and pivots, picking up wherever it goes in any direction.
And they're having more fun cleaning than I've ever seen.
It picks everything up, from crumbs to paper clips to hair and fuzz and everything, and it doesn't push it around either. It picks it up. It rolls it right in.
Forwards, backwards, or side to side, in corners, along baseboards, and even behind or under furniture. Let the swivel sweeper do the work.
This is rechargeable, no cord, weighs no more than a regular broom. Works great.
A click to empty, and it folds up for space-saving storage.
Call now and get the cordless swivel sweeper with battery and charger for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a mini sweeper for quick pickups on furniture and upholstery free.
And here's another reason why ordering today is a great idea.
You can get a complete second swivel sweeper set free. Just pay additional shipping and handling. And we'll even upgrade you to rush delivery.
That's right. You get a 60-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
I give it 2 thumbs up.
You'll get 2 swivel sweepers with batteries and chargers, 2 mini sweepers, the 60-day money-back guarantee, and rush delivery, all for just 2 payments of $19.99.
You'll love your swivel sweepers.
Here's how to order.
Call now to order your 2 swivel sweepers for the price of 1. Each kit includes battery, charger, and mini sweepers, all backed by our 60-day guarantee for just 2 easy payments of $19.99. So call 1-800-465-6143. That's 1-800-465-6143. Call now.
cheerleaders, the bands, the mascot, the party. Fox College Sports brings you the ultimate tailgate party right to your living room. Every week a different school, every week a different tailgate. It's the total tailgate experience. Don't miss the party. Tailgate Tour, Friday night at 7 Eastern on Fox College Sports.
It's a Big 12 football showdown. The explosive Texas Longhorns face conference rival Colorado. College Football Saturday presented by KFC this week on FCS.
Dominating start for the Oklahoma Sooners, trying to become the #1 team in the nation. And what a drive they put together, finishing it off the loads downstairs, Gary.
On the line, definitely, Joel. The big guys are doing it for Oklahoma. Left guard Brian Simmons is the guy this time, getting the start ahead of George Robinson. Pulls ahead of DeMarco Murray, gets a nice kick-out block. The hole is open, and Murray has a nice, easy score. The Sooners are being more dominant up front on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Gary, that's the old 16 power O we used to run. You watch the fullback kicks out, the guard turns up inside of him, and they get him outnumbered at the point of attack.
Ryan Christian will bring it back for the Horned Frogs, and he gets to the sideline with good yardage across the 30 all the way to the 36. So solid field position for TCU, but they're down by 11 early. And next week, College Football Saturday, presented by KFC, and Suzuki returns with a twin bill. It'll all start with the same Oklahoma Sooners taking on the Baylor Bears. And then we're going to be in Boulder, Dave, Texas, facing Colorado. Our coverage will start Saturday, noon Eastern, 9 on the West Coast in high definition.
Kickoff coverage continues to be a problem for Oklahoma. Cincinnati creased it for a 97-yard kickoff return. Touchdown. TCU's done a good job tonight.
Dalton wings it out on a long throw. It's complete to Bryant. And Dominic Franks whacks him immediately. Walter Bryant, the senior from San Angelo. Big guy at 6'4", 205. So they get about 8 on the reception. And finally, we have an opportunity to introduce the starting defensive unit brought to you by KFC for the Oklahoma Sooners. And I guess we're going to do it after this snap. It'll be second and about 3. Dalton empties. He's got 5 in the pattern. And underneath, good grab, first down. Taken in by Curley, a sophomore from Hutto, Texas. Played as a true freshman last year and moves the chains. That's their first down of the game. And now the big guys up front. First team All Big 12 performer Austin English at the end position. Linebackers, they play the conventional 4-3, not the 4-2-5. And then Lenny Holmes, you're right, he did save a touchdown. In the secondary, along with Nick Harris, their first team All Big 12 performer last year. Lunging his way straight ahead is Joseph Turner. Tripped up by Clayton, the strong side backer. Short game, just about 3 on first down.
Well, the keys for TCU today, it's the letter T, turnovers. They're plus 12 in the turnover department, tied for second best in the country in third down. Offensively, they convert 56% of the time, 63% in the last 3 games. Defensively, they're allowing 23.5% conversion. That's both 6th best in the nation.
A different look now for TCU. Only 2 wide receivers and an eye with a fullback. It'll be Turner. They put him down in a hurry. Good play by Ryan Reynolds, the middle linebacker. Let's head over to the Studio One, seeing with Mike Goldberg in a game break. What's the latest, Mike?
Well, Joe, the latest is you like upsets. We've got another one for you from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Navy upsets number 15 Wake Forest. Eric Katani runs for 175 yards. Wake Forest, Riley Skinner, the quarterback, intercepted 4 times. So the Demon Deacons fall for the first time this year.
What's going on this weekend?
Man, crazy weekend.
It'll be a big 3rd down by 11. Turner and Brown in the backfield. Dalton has time, and, well, breakdown of communication with Jimmy Young is wide out. Ball already way by Young as he just made his cut.
Yeah, Young was down the football field messing with a member of the secondary, and the ball was already airborne toward the sideline on different pages. Never mind different pages, different volumes of the encyclopedia. And there's defensive coordinator Brent Venables, who does a great job for the Oklahoma Sooners. Tough to go on long drives, multiple play drives against this Oklahoma defense.
Kelton, a redshirt freshman from Fort Worth, has had 1 block this year. Solid average. Dominic Franks waking back at the 10, and will it get to the end zone? Great hop. Wow. TCU got the bounce they wanted, they needed, and it's going to be inside the 5.
That must have hit at the foot line. Must have hit at the 1 foot line.
Yeah, right outside of the goal line. They'll put it down at about the 4. We had an opportunity to talk to Bob Stoops and talk to him about the new rhythm that they're going with. This no huddle look and calling the plays at the line.
You know, we get in all our same formations, run our same plays. We just do it without, we just communicate at the line instead of in the huddle. But other than that, so again, we don't claim there's any magic to it. It still gets down to executing, being physical, and executing plays.
Speaking about being physical, there's the 3 big boys right there, big boy ball.
Give it to Chris Brown, weaving his way, and he did make a man miss. Went for an arm tackle right at the line of scrimmage and got a little breathing room, about 5 out to the 9. Finally brought down by Jerry Hughes, the defensive end.
When Oklahoma gets in this type of set, they're a heavy-duty run.
And TCU was not ready. They had too many men on the field, and that was a true hurry-up play.
Well, that's why Oklahoma is so tough to match up with, Joel. They can go empty backfield to 2 backs and 2 tight ends with the same personnel because of the versatility of Murray, Gresham, everybody. TCU trying to substitute, they get caught.
On the defense, 12 men on the field. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And they make it. And you know, Gary Patterson isn't a nickel. He's in a 4-2-5. But when you go big boy like that, he's trying to make an adjustment, maybe bring another linebacker in there, and he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Can you remember, and on the previous, and that's why this is a curveball for TCU, in the previous 80-yard drive, they had a lot of different personnel shifting in and out. And it's been a long time since we've seen Oklahoma go at this rapid a pace, if at all.
If Oklahoma substitutes personnel, TCU has the right to match up. Oklahoma did not substitute personnel offensively. TCU got caught trying to defense.
Bradford's got the first down. Just almost like a silent count. He went so quickly, and he's got it out to the 15. Gary, you got a good view downstairs.
You talked about him changing up his defensive front, and what they've done is they've gone with a 3 linebacker scheme now with these big boys, as Dave is talking about. When you got the big guys in there, you've got to match up. So look at St. Carter inside. They got T.J. Johnson, a linebacker, along with Darrell Washington. So that's the group they're going with right now.
And that's making Gary Patterson flinch. I mean, he doesn't like to deviate from that 4-2-5.
Running back Brown looked like a loss of a couple. Instead, it's a gain of 3 for Chris Brown, the junior from Alexandria, Louisiana. Did a good job to once again sidestep a guy who had good penetration.
You know, like we said, we talked about in the open. Got him again. 12 men on the field. They got TCU substituting again. Oklahoma did not substitute. TCU attempted. 12 men on the field.
Legal substitution on the defense. 12 men on the field. 5-yard penalty.
You know, this offense is all about scheme with the personnel and the formations within that personnel group. The style of play, they can spread you and attack you. They can go big boy, the tempo. But bottom line is, they have great players in that 11 right there. Great players.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up, because you need a quarterback who's also real astute and a bright kid like Bradford. Brown, not much available. On second and short, it's going to be 3rd and a yard. Back downstairs, Gary Reasons.
Well, the miscommunication on defense is really because Oklahoma has a chance to really do a good job on the sideline. And that's the coaching staff. They're calling these quick huddles and quick plays. See, when the coaches put their hands down really quick, that's when Sam Bradford pulls the trigger.
Now Bradford on the play fake with feet and popped into the air and almost picked off. He was going for the tight end, Brody Eldridge.
Threw it behind him
a little bit behind him.
Pretty good pop on Bradford that time, though, as well, guys.
And that's a surprise on 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, and Bradford hadn't been hit much this year at all, Gary. I'll tell you what, 1 quarterback sack in probably 110, 115 attempts right now. The TCU came with the blitz that time and jackknifed him. Robert Henson got a good hit on Bradford right there, and those will start to take its toll. You know, TCU doesn't huddle either on defense. They look to the sideline. They never get in the huddle as well.
Gurley waits for the null punt. It'll be a fair catch. And again, great field position for TCU. Can they capitalize? We talked to Gary Patterson last night here at the stadium and talked to him about this game against Oklahoma as he gets ready for the conference schedule.
It's the final. It's not one of those where you're just taking a quiz. This is a final. I mean, this is a good football team, and even if you had a good play called, there's a great chance that you're not going to stop them.
Yeah,
that goes back to what you were talking about, the talent they have on the field.
Yeah, it's not the chess match as much as it is the chess men. I mean, Oklahoma's bigger, stronger, faster. The X's are bigger than the O's.
Delton sent Bart Johnson in motion, and deep down the middle, overshoots Jimmy Young. Brian Jackson on the coverage. So going for the home run ball.
And TCU is not really built for this type of scheme where you have to throw the ball deep down the middle of the football field. A step was had, but I'll tell you, Oklahoma can close on the football as well as anybody. Their route recognition is decent, and when they decide to just put it in the afterburner to break back on the football, they can get there.
It'll be 2nd and 10 from TCU's 41. He almost looked like he was going to run a short side option, and then just throws it away with heat in his face.
And that's legal to do. He's out of pocket. You can throw it to your girlfriend in the stands, and it's not intentional grounding. And this is just a play-action pass off of the option. He pulls it back into a pocket on the outside. Knows he's outside the tackle box. Receiver here available. Lets it sail, though. Has to throw it between two Oklahoma defenders. Didn't have enough confidence to gun it between them.
Now can they pick up their first conversion on a 3rd down try on their 3rd attempt? Dalton has Brown out of the backfield. Now in trouble. Flags on the play. Holding call coming up, and it'll be incomplete anyway.
Yeah,
trying to get it to Jimmy Young.
They tackled one of the big boys inside. It's going to cost TCU 10.
Well, they'll decline it.
Holding on the offense, number 60.
Absolutely.
Penalties declined. 4th down.
So TCU had the ball at their own 41. Exceptional field position and freeing out with a punt.
Watch the interior. Here's the tackle right there. You know, you're beaten and you're trying to grab and tackle from behind and can't quite get it done. That's not what you're taught to do technique-wise. Offensive linemen can't tackle defensive linemen in space or inside.
Kelton hit a beauty last time, and another one. Separated, and the ball and the player arriving at about the same time. But
that's interference with the opportunity to catch the punt.
No question that Ibeloy got to it down there. T.J. Johnson, the weak safety, also there. And it was Ibeloy.
And Gary Patterson's not happy.
Catch interference on a kicking team, number 9. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Vulnerable position for Dominic Franks.
Trying to time it up. Ibeloy's trying to time it up and make a big hit that'll be played over and over again. And a little bit early arrival. And no opportunity for Franks to make a play on it. But boy, that's a courageous guy to stand in there realizing he was coming right down your throat. That's a pretty courageous kid.
It's already 7 penalties on TCU. DeMarco Murray belted. And what a play in the backfield. Exceptional work again, but the strong safety, Stephen Hodge. Boy, we heard a lot about him coming in. He's living up to it. Gary Reasons.
Well, Hodge does a good job on the outside for the defense for TCU. Garrett Patterson's using him all over the field today. He's got to be ready because Sam Bradford's pulling the trigger. This offense is clicking pretty well for Oklahoma.
And going hurry up again. Looking deep. Wide open. M.Johnson. He will take it the distance. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Wow.
What do you do? They're coming. They're looking like they're going to blitz. Sam Bradford, great protection afforded him. Nobody impairing his vision whatsoever. And it's just foot speed. And you know what? Number 1 wins it. Johnson outraces Priest. Priest was praying, but they weren't answered.
Jimmy Stevens in for the point after. I don't know if anybody saw this one coming. It is now 21-3 Oklahoma. They had a little incentive going in, though.
Yes, they did.
Get that as we head to the studio. Another game break with Mike Goldberg. Mike.
Well, Joel, it's not a top 25 upset, but certainly an upset in the ACC. Virginia at Duke 3-3 at the half, but in the second half, Cavaliers turned it over 5 times. Blue Devils cruised to the victory 31-3, and in so doing, Duke breaks a 25-game ACC losing streak. I would say they are a bit relieved in Durham. Back to you, Joel.
Yeah, and when was the last time Mike Duke was 3-1 overall?
Probably when Steve Spurrier was there. Seriously, Steve Spurrier had it.
Right. It was a long time ago. So Al Groh on the wrong end. He's 1-3 now with the Cavaliers of Virginia. You know, Oklahoma has done a number on their opponents in the first 15 minutes of play, so.
This is the first time they gave up any points. The 3 points are today to TCU. Both teams had outscored the opposition coming into today in the first quarter by over 50-0.
And as we mentioned, TCU over the first 4 games going 4-0, they had never trailed.
And neither at Oklahoma.
No. It could be a while for the Sooners. So it took a long time again. That's why time of possession means absolutely nothing. It'll be Stephen Hodge. Make that check at Brown, the running back. And Brown belted. He went down in a hurry, didn't he?
Bryant made a nice pop.
J.R. Bryant, the linebacker.
You know, take a look at the top of the screen, the route. All it is blow by. And you know you're in trouble when you're trying to reach and hold, and Priest couldn't even grab any cloth. Johnson had already separated, and Priest is in the last gear that he had, and Johnson was shifting into another one, and Priest tried to grab him, couldn't grab him. Once Johnson pulled away, it's golden goalpost.
What about the pass?
Oh, Bradford just, it's almost like he dropped it out of a dive bomber. It dropped right into his hands.
So Sam Bradford, remarkable what he has done early in this contest. It's across the 30. And that is Aaron Brown for a couple of yards. Make it 4 out to the 32. But back to Sam Bradford. He's already thrown for 199 yards, 2 scores. And that's on 8 completions, 8 of 13. He's had a couple of drops. He couldn't even be better percentage-wise.
Yeah, Clapp dropped the ball on him. And Joel, you know, the thing about him, his accuracy everywhere, all quadrants. Deep ball accuracy, hitting it back out of the backfield, and everything in between. This kid is on the money. Incredible accuracy.
Aaron Brown shifts into the backfield. Dalton on 2nd and 6. Perfect pass. Gets the first down, but it's knocked away from Jimmy Young. Or check that. Curley had it popped away, and did Oklahoma come up with it?
I think it's still loose. I think they're still fighting for it. Well, there's a brawl going on for that
Sooners have it. Lindy Holmes, I believe, yes, at the bottom of the pile.
Who else? He's slow to get up. He got tromped on. Now he's got the football, and he's going to celebrate a little bit. In Oklahoma, you know, they say, hey, we'll turn you over as well. And man, that's just a hit right on the football, and Harris just put his helmet on the football and popped it out of there, and one safety knocks it free. Boom! Helmet on ball. It's airborne. Other safety eventually comes up with it. It's a greased pig, though. It's sliding around, but Lindy Holmes secures the pig.
It's only the 2nd turnover of this young season for TCU. Duke Robinson is into the game now. Brian Simmons started. But Duke Robinson, first team All-Big 12 young man from Atlanta, a senior. He's over there at left guard. Bradford in trouble.
A rarity.
You got it. He's sacked.
Phillips.
It was Phillips, the middle linebacker, the senior from Waller, Texas. 2nd team All-Mountain West last year.
Only the 2nd sack of the year.
What a beginning for the Oklahoma Sooners. And looking for more to start the second 15 minutes of play when we come back. So all Oklahoma. They've got a 21-3 lead at the end of the first quarter. Yeah, they were ready. The opportunity was there. So far, so good for the Sooners. You're watching Big 12 College Football Saturday, presented by KFC.
Would you like to put a stop to your partner's snoring so you could go to sleep and stay asleep every night? Introducing Pure Sleep, the stop snoring solution. Common snoring is caused when the airway is constricted, causing the soft palate to vibrate. Pure Sleep is a patented self-molded mouthpiece cleared by the FDA, which holds the jaw slightly forward, opening the airway so that the snoring stops. Look at the difference in these before and after images. Pure Sleep puts a stop to snoring on the very first night, or your money back.
That is just the astounding thing. I have not snored. And so this thing works. It's easy to use, easy to mold, works like a charm.
Now we go to sleep. He falls asleep. He's not snoring. I fall asleep within 20 minutes. It's fantastic. I'm sleeping through the night, and so is he, and we're waking up with more energy and not waking up in the middle of the night to say, shh.
Pure Sleep is safe and easy to custom fit for maximum comfort. Breathing is normal. Sprays and nose strips are ineffective because they can't open the airway in your throat. Similar devices have been successfully prescribed by dentists for over 20 years, but they can cost over $1,000. Pure Sleep is only 2 payments of $29.95 and is now available without visiting a doctor. Plus, call now and you won't have to risk a penny to try Pure Sleep. If it doesn't work, we'll refund the purchase price, refund the original shipping charge, and even pay to ship it back. Don't suffer through another night of snoring. Enjoy Pure Sleep by calling now. Try Pure Sleep risk-free.
To order Pure Sleep, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-972-0573. That's 1-800-972-0573. Don't wait. Call now.
Big 12 College Football Saturday presented by KFC. Welcome you back once again to Norman, Oklahoma, where the Sooners remember what happened in 2005. In their matchup on opening day of the 2005 season with the Horned Frogs of TCU. They're trying to get it all done in the first half. Well, the first quarter, 21-3. And now after the sack to close out the first 15 minutes of play, it is going to be second and long for the Sooners. Second and 22 for Bradford. The blitz and man coverage. It's Iglesias inside the 40.
But I want to talk about Bradford. Stood in the face of the blitz, knew he was going to get lit up, stood in there till the last second, and he let his receiver run his route, Iglesias, and just hit him right in the hands. I mean, just a tremendous route. But what? He realizes he's going to get blown up, and he stands in there, knows he's going to get popped, and delivers a strike. I tell you, that is one great quarterback.
They're looking at 3rd and 5, close to an offside, and popped into the air. Jump ball, intercepted, I believe. No, fell to the ground. Robert Henson thought he was going to peel away with it, but it hit the deck. And it's going to be 4th and 5, and kind of in between territory right now. Will they punt it or not?
Looks like Bob's going to punt it and place in field position. And that's, you know, that's, boy, hit him right in the chest. Almost picked off by Robert Henson. I mean, to hit him, the ball came on him with such RPMs, couldn't make a quick enough reaction to it.
It'll be Null trying to get it inside the 10. Jeremy Curlin waits back to the Horned Frogs. He goes to the angle. And out of bounds. I believe it's at about the 1 or 2 yard line where it went out of bounds. Yes, exceptional play by Null. So TCU, you think they got problems? They're back at their own 1 when we come back.
If you've tried to lose weight and failed on a diet or exercise program, there's news from the Obesity Research Institute. Now you can lose pounds of body fat and weight without changing your life.
When the fat starts shedding off, my husband says, "Look at you."
It wasn't just about losing weight, but body fat.
Inches were lost. Like, I swear it attacked just the fat.
Lipozene. Clinical study proves that 78% of each pound lost is pure body fat, backed by 12 independent clinical studies. Clinically proven to help you lose pounds of body fat and weight without a change in lifestyle.
I didn't have to go to a weird diet or, measure my food. I just ate what I wanted, and I lost weight.
Being able to lose the weight without having to really work hard was really fantastic. I loved it.
I could eat what I wanted to eat, and I still lost the weight consistently.
Please understand that Lipozene is a powerful weight loss supplement that was formulated only for those people who seriously want to lose not just weight, but pounds of body fat.
It's a miracle. I swear it is. You just can't do it on your own. You can't.
If you just would try Lipozene, you'll see results.
Lipozene is the final answer. It worked for me. I don't have to try anything else.
Now you can get Lipozene over the phone without a prescription. Call the number on your screen and it will be shipped directly to your home.
Call now to try Lipozene risk-free for 30 days for only $29.95. If you don't lose pounds of body fat and weight, send it back and we'll refund your $29.95. But wait, it gets better. Call now and we'll double your order absolutely free. Call in the next 10 minutes and your shipping and handling is also free. That's right. Call now and we'll double your order and your shipping is free.
To order, call 1-800-253-0368. That's 1-800-253-0368. Call now.
The journey to the FIFA World Cup begins. 53 European teams put it all on the line to claim their spot in the world's biggest tournament. FIFA World Cup qualifiers on Fox Soccer Channel. Live it here.
This week on Pro Football Preview, Sean Merriman, Jay Glazer, and Eddie George get you the inside story on this week's biggest games. Pro Football Preview, Friday. The nation's best fight for the title on Fox College Sports. The 2008 Boat U.S. National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship. 100 teams from the nation's top conferences square off for thousands in scholarship money and the title of national champion. The 2008 Boat U.S. National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship on Fox College Sports every Wednesday at 8, starting October 1st.
Opening minute of the second 15, and welcome back to Norman, Oklahoma. Sunday night's television's biggest night at the Sunday Sports Block. It all starts with the best damn top 50, followed by baseball's golden age, then amazing sports stories, and finally, Elite XC Champions of the Cave. That's Sunday Sports Block. 4 great shows in a row beginning tomorrow at 7 o'clock. TCU. Bad break. Punt sailing out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And now Turner in the eye. Dalton throwing from his own end zone. He's got his wide receiver, Bryant. But he's out of bounds. Let's head back to Mike Goldberg. Busy day, Mike, and a game break.
Busy indeed, Joel, and a good one down between the hedges. Could we have another upset? Number 10, Alabama. Number 3, Georgia, opening possession. Mark Ingram caps off an 11-play, 80-yard drive, aided by a roughing the passer penalty, and it's 7-0 Alabama.
Alabama's offensive and defensive lines handled Clemson. Will they handle Georgia between the hedges?
Yeah, we'll go 1, 3, and 4 in the polls. All go down the same weekend. It'll be Turner. He got out of the end zone. He gets to the 2. It was tough, though. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I'll tell you, Oklahoma touched the punt. The player's feet in the end zone. Should have just let the punt sail out of bounds. They got the ball placed at the 1, but it could have been dicey. But as a result, TCU still backed up. You know, going against Oklahoma's physical defensive front 4 in the shadow, coming out of the shadow of your own goal line, down 21-3 is not a recipe you want to try to eat.
TCU 0 for 3 on their 3rd down tries. And they had been better than 50%. Dalton got it in the breadbasket, didn't he? He wasn't ready for the snap. What a surprise. Austin English with the pressure, and the snap caught him.
Yeah, this isn't TCU's forte. Spreading the field, and watch Austin English up here at the top getting after it. He beats the defensive tackle around the horn, and everything was being done that could possibly be done by Marshall Newhouse, but I tell you, Austin English with that get-off, former running back, he's got tremendous speed. You get off that line of scrimmage quickly. Not even, usually you have 15 yards between the snapper and the punter. It's less than that now, less than 15 yards. Will Oklahoma pressure it and get after him?
Well, Kelton has had 1 block over the first 4 this season.
If he steps back here, it's a safety. He can't step out of the back line of the end zone. He's going to have to 1-step punt it instead of 2-step or 3-step, 1-step and punt it out of there.
Time out of the field, will come right back. Well, it's not a 2-step. I don't hear the music in the background, or a 3-step, but you want a 1-step. Stay with us in Norman.
If you wear prescription glasses, you know protecting your eyes from the sun can be a real problem. Clip-ons let light shine right in from the sides, and prescription sunglasses cost a fortune. Now there's a better solution. Introducing HD Vision Wraparounds. They're lightweight sunglasses that wrap around your prescription lenses, and they feature our unique HD Vision technology that gives you clarity and enhanced color like you've never experienced before. Just like high-definition revolutionized TV, HD lenses enhance your vision and produce unsurpassed clarity and optical definition. And when you see the color and clarity, you will truly be amazed.
The colors, everything's just so vivid. It makes things seem almost brighter.
You know what? These are great, and they are so clear.
These glasses look like really designed sunglasses, and they can start at $200 and go up to $400 or $500.
The color and clarity are amazing.
HD Vision wraparounds have a modern European styling that looks great, and yet they're durable. You could spend more money, but you can't get better sunglasses.
I love them. Where can I buy them?
On this special TV offer, you can get your HD Vision wraparounds for the incredible price of just $19.99. We'll also include our patented visor clip for your car, a $10 value, yours free. But wait, call right now and we'll also include our night vision wraparounds. Perfect for driving at night. They cut the glare of oncoming headlights but enhance your ability to see everything else, and they're yours free. Just pay shipping and handling. Every pair comes with our 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not completely blown away, return them for a full refund. Enhance your vision with high-definition color and clarity. Don't wait. Call now.
To get your HD Vision wraparounds for only $19.99, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-401-5923. Or visit us online at hdwraparounds.com. So call 1-800-401-5923. That's 1-800-401-5923. Call now.
Welcome back once again to College Football Saturday in Norman, Oklahoma. Joel Myers along with Dave Lappman, Gary Reasons, Jim Knox as well. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further play right after these messages.
The sun, the sand, the surf, the jam. College basketball's top teams collide at the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam. Southern Miss, Miami, LaSalle, UConn, San Diego, Valparaiso, Iona, and Wisconsin. It's time for these powerhouses to tip it up and make a statement at college basketball's best preseason tournament. It's the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam, and the place to watch is Fox College Sports. Catch all the action November 23rd and 24th on Fox College Sports.
Coming up on the College Football Saturday halftime show, we debate on if the polls are actually released too early.
I have some very strong feelings about that. I'll tell you at halftime.
I look forward to hearing them, by the way. We can also hear from you. Text us, 310-425-9455. Back to Norman, Joel Myers.
Scrambling as we welcome you back to Norman, and outside of the pocket threw it away alertly on a first down. That play disintegrated. The heat in his face. Adrian Taylor, the sophomore from Mansfield, Texas. And welcome back once again, Joel Myers, Dave Lappin, Gary Reasons, Jim Knox. Big crew for a good reason. Huge game for Oklahoma and TCU with the Mountain West. So much at stake for the Sooners, and they remember what happened 3 years ago when their starting quarterbacks, don't forget, in the opening game of the 2005 season were Paul Thompson and then Rhett Bromar came off the bench, and they only had 128 yards passing between the two that day. 13 of 31.
Yeah,
and no balance.
This quarterback's got 199 in the first quarter, Sam Bradford.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Dalton combining with Turner, and Turner breaks tackles up the middle. He's got a first down. It did fumble, and was it on the ground? No. It was live, and Oklahoma's Lendy Holmes has it again.
I'll tell you what, Mike Schultz, the offensive coordinator for TCU, told us during the week, Oklahoma is as good a strip team as there is in college football. They rip the ball out of there. We have to protect the football. And Mike Schultz very upset right now because they worked on it all week long. Turner did not secure the football, and Oklahoma reached in there and just ripped it right out. And they're excellent at doing this very thing. So what could have been a very big play turns into a tragedy. Rip, get it out of there. And that's just exactly what he talked about, and it was executed to perfection by Clayton.
Chris Brown is the single. He'll get it. And goes through an arm tackle to the line for 5 up to the 40. So Lendy Holmes, the recipient of 2 now. Nick Harris forced the first one. He recovered that. They didn't capitalize with a short field, and now they get it. 1st and 10 at their own 35, get 5 on first down.
Neither quarterback has put the team in jeopardy, but TCU's fumbled twice.
Battling once again, it's Brown, junior, Alexandria, Louisiana.
Got a holding on the offense, number 73. 10-yard penalty, second down.
That's on the right guard, Brandon Walker, second team All Big 12 guy last year.
And Oklahoma, here you go. Ooh, that's, yeah, you got a good fistful there. Now take him down. Whoop, whoop, you get your money's worth. But
good tackle.
It's going to cost you 10 yards, unfortunately. But Oklahoma will play 7 and 8 offensive linemen. They feel like they have that many starters. I mean, it is a quality group. When you can rotate your offensive line and keep them fresh, when people are doing their D-line, that is a big, big plus.
You're on the road, you're playing at Norman against the number 2 Sooners. You can't afford penalties or turnovers. And now 2 turnovers for TCU. And penalties, they've got 9. Time back in and out of the hands of Ryan Broyles.
I'm very impressed with how quickly Bradford sees the field. I mean, he got that ball out of his hand exceptionally quickly, and he went to the right spot with it. Ryan Broyles, good coverage by TCU. And really, this one, nobody was wide open at all. Nobody was real open. Ran a little pivot route and tried to get it in there to Broyles to at least pick something up and make it 3rd and less.
So now Oklahoma 3 of 5 at their 3rd down tries. Look at 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. With the pocket hold up, it does for Bradford. It's Murray, but he's well short. So that was a mistake by Bradford, not throwing beyond the marker. As Murray was not going to get there, and Sanders pushed him out of bounds.
Well, if he had gotten that completion to Ryan Broyles like he tried to, that would have been a 1st down, because Broyles would have been about a 5-yard completion, but wasn't able to get it done, wasn't able to get that connection. And then TCU went with 4-man rush and dropped 7 into coverage and said, you can have everything underneath, we'll rally to the ball.
Jeremy Curley waiting for the Mike Knoll punt. Bam. Gets it away in time. Barely. Jeremy Curley alertly taking it on the run. So it took the high hop. He's got it up to the 37, and again, TCU in good field position.
Well, you don't want to dribble the snap before you punt it. You want to catch it cleanly and punt that bad boy.
So we'll come right back to Norman with the Sooners still up by 18.
If you wear prescription glasses, you know protecting your eyes from the sun can be a real problem. Clip-ons let light shine right in from the sides, and prescription sunglasses cost
Call 1-800-401-5923 or visit us online at hdwraparounds.com. So call 1-800-401-5923. That's 1-800-401-5923. Call now.
Wild Saturday night in Norman. Sooners on top 21-3. And time now for a freecreditreport.com sideline report as we join Gary Reeses. Gary.
Well, Joel, Sooners had opportunity there to take some adversity and make it bad against TCU with that fumble, but good job by TCU defensively reacting, getting a 3-and-out, getting that football back to their offense. They've got to turn the corner here, got some production offensively. The total yardage just kind of closed a little bit. 254 for Oklahoma and 104. They just went over the century mark on the last drive. TCU did offensively.
They just moved moved again. Another penalty. False start on TCU.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. Number 70, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, Gary, in that first quarter, TCU had 40 yards, and then when they got that timeout granted, didn't have to punt. They went on a 40-yard drive there and doubled their yardage total. And yeah, you can't sustain penalties. Oklahoma's good enough. You can't turn it over and take penalties and help them.
So that is their 9th. They bring only 2 for the Sooners. Brown, and it almost looked like that was a little bit of a break in the backfield between the quarterback and Dalton and Brown when he handed it off.
I'll tell you one thing. Gary Patterson would like to have Gary Reasons down there playing linebacker a little bit for TCU, because if there's anybody that could stuff the run and make Oklahoma a little more one-dimensional, be Gary Reasons. You know, this TCU football team, they wanted to bring it into the fourth quarter close. Right now they're down 18 with half of the second quarter left to play.
And look at second and about 14. Dalton throwing it back and over the head of his tight end on that side, Shea Reagan, and that was close to a backwards pass.
Right.
That went over his head, and it looked like it was even with the quarterback, but very close to going behind him.
Trying to do a little misdirection. Oklahoma is so quick to pursue. Figured that they get them to over-pursue and do a little throwback pass and get half the football field in space to work with, but could not get the thing completed.
They'll empty it out now, put Brown in the slot. On the same side as Jimmy Young. So 3rd and 14. Dalton is going to check it off at the 9. Got time, and he's got a receiver complete for the first down. Jimmy Young on that side. That was a bullet. Down to the 38 of the Sooners.
Great route and great throw. Brian Jackson and Lindy Holmes. You have to keep the route to the sideline. The vulnerability is to the sideline. Keep it to the sideline. Safety can't get there. He can't run fast enough. Lindy Holmes got there late. That's just a tremendous job of being in the right spot, and then the quarterback rewarding you with a bullet.
Unfortunately, the wide receiver on the near side, M.Johnson, is down for the Horned Frogs. It comes with 7:25 left in the half.
Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him in a very vulnerable position.
So the way the game started, it looked like it was going to be all Oklahoma, but now, at least at the outset of the second quarter, the first half of the second 15 minutes of play, TCU has gathered themselves together, and at least they've got some continuity offensively. They have outrushed Oklahoma. Oklahoma has done most of their damage through the air.
I'm impressed with how 14's throwing the football. Dalton can cut it loose now. And there you see Coach Wright getting after Lindy Holmes a little bit, saying he feels like he had the ability to get to that sideline a little sooner. And, you know, that's cover 2. Safety rolling from the middle of the field to help the cornerback, and their vulnerability of cover 2 between the cornerback and safety is right toward that sideline. There's a hole there, and Dalton found it.
Let's check in downstairs with Jim Knox. Jim?
Joel, I'm over here on the TCU bench, and I tell you what, this is a new attitude. Gary Patterson just talked to his defensive unit, challenging them to make a play. Said, make a play. This guy seemed very upbeat after that stop against Oklahoma's offense.
Well, let's see. Because the defense did get him 3 and out last time. Dalton overshooting the young man who just came in, Kagan Ellenberg, junior from Jacksboro, Texas, and he took over for Johnson. So it's going to bring up 2nd and long.
Yeah, and like Gary Reason said, you know, you get a turnover, you get the fumble, short field possibility. For the first time, 1, 2, 3 and out. TCU's defense responds. Now the offense responding to the defense.
Yeah, they're only rushing 4, Dave. They don't have to bring the linebackers because they're getting pressure with the big guys up front. Austin English is being a man right now.
Yep.
Bringing Brown to the backfield out of motion. And it's only a gain of about 2. Dropped immediately by Corey Bennett, the senior from San Antonio. So it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
If you're a defensive coordinator and play caller and you can rush 4 and drop 7, life's good. I mean, if your front 4 can get pressure on their lonesome and you can run all kinds of different coverages out in the back end with 7 guys, you know, offensively you can't throw anymore. You can't outnumber them receiver-wise. You're in good shape.
And Oklahoma is young up front. 3 of their starting 4 in the 4-3 alignment.
And that's what Brent Venables is looking at.
They're sophomores. Dalton now on 3rd and 8. The blitz comes. He's got Young, and it's Is it picked?
Yep.
Yes. He's got it. B.Jackson with the interception. He comes down to the 5. Sooners pick it off. 3rd turnover.
Bad decision to float that up there. You know, the pressure came, and as a receiver, you have to reverse roles, if nothing else. Couldn't quite get that done. The challenge for Jimmy Young was to become defensive back. If you're not going to catch the football, don't give up the interception. And Dalton kind of lost it up there, and Jimmy Young just goes to the ground. I mean, you know what? Stay up, challenge, contest. He's lost his balance and went to the ground, and he could not challenge whatsoever B.Jackson's opportunity to pick him off.
TCU came into the game 2nd in the nation in turnover margin. And now they're down 3 already tonight. DeMarco Murray out to the 10. And there was Eldridge in the backfield. They put Eldridge in the backfield. In fact, he was all Big 12 at fullback last year, number 83, and he didn't have a carry.
I'll tell you, he made a heck of a block on that play. TCU tried to blitz off the edge, and he just blew it up. He kicked it out.
It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 10. Again, Murray tripped up. Falling ahead for 3. Even Eldridge at the fullback spot. They had clapped there earlier, the junior from Phoenix.
Well, watch Eldridge now. He's going to big 83, come into the hole. Look what the defensive back does. I'm going to take you low. That's a nice job. He couldn't really kick him out, create a pile, but that's the respect. And there he is at the end of the line of scrimmage now, instead of at fullback. That's the versatility of a lot of players, personnel-wise, in this football team. They can give you a bunch of different looks.
Oklahoma has only 36 yards rushing, and on the deflection, almost picked. Off the fingertips of Iglesias at 100 miles an hour, matched up with Rafael Priest on that side.
Bob Stoops told me yesterday at practice when Adrian Peterson and Eldridge was blocking for Adrian Peterson. When he took Peterson off the field, he took Eldridge off the field too. He said, I did not want to get Eldridge hurt or Peterson. Eldridge was the best blocker that Oklahoma has had for the last couple of years. That kid gets after it, big old number 83 in the red.
Let's see if the snap is better to Mike Knoll. Long snapper, James Winchester, a true freshman. And this is a good one. Barely on the return from the 45 up to the 48. It's a great field position, almost a midfield stripe for TCU as we head back to the studio and join Mike Goldberg. Mike.
And the upsets could keep coming. Number 21 Illinois at number 12 Penn State. The Illini scored on their first possession. Jason Ford with a touchdown. 6 plays, 60 yards. Juice Williams perfect on that possession. Penn State has come back and scored. Joel, pending the PAT, will be tied in Happy Valley at 7 apiece.
And let's not forget that Illinois hung with a very good Missouri Tigers squad to open the season in St. Louis in the matchup between those two teams.
Just like they did the year before.
Yep. Ryan Christian to the backfield. Dalton in trouble. And gets rid of it.
He's out of the tackle box. That's okay. Did he get it back to the line of scrimmage? Yes. The ball crossed the line of scrimmage.
Alert play.
Yep.
He had Jeremy Beal all over him.
Oklahoma can get after you. And watch Beal at the bottom of the screen. Watch what he does. And Dalton is pressured. Beal gets up the football field, separates, and now he's going to try to outrun Dalton, which he can do. Dalton knows that he's in trouble. Chucks it out of over the line of scrimmage toward the sideline because he knew he was out of pocket, could throw it away.
Adrian Taylor really forced him out, coming straight up the gut. Big guy, 6'5", 295. Boom! And did he get it in? Walter Bryant was there, and on his back was Frank Snow. So it's incomplete. Gary Reasons.
Well, guys, off defensively, Oklahoma, they're playing their straight 4-3 defense against any personnel group that TCU goes out there. They feel like they can man up with these guys on the defensive front and in the coverage area, and they've done a pretty good job against thwarting this offense. Andy Dalton, he's a pretty salty quarterback, but this hasn't gotten into any sense of rhythm because Oklahoma has just taken charge on this side of the ball.
Yeah, Oklahoma has made him less comfortable in the pocket than Sam Bradford is, that's for sure. They're going to take a look at the play before.
Yeah, they definitely dropped it. I saw it come down and hit the ground.
Yeah.
We just saw it as well up here, Gary, and it came out.
You know, Oklahoma, they've done some unique things up front. Brent Venables is kind of doing an overload scheme here. He's taken 3 of his defensive linemen to one side of the offensive formation. And watch number 44, Jeremy Beal. He's the one who came free last time on the pressure on Andy Dalton, made him throw the ball to that interception. So watch for the defensive front here for Oklahoma to change things up with just bringing
ruling
4
on the
guys.
field is confirmed. Incomplete pass, 3rd down.
Yeah, the ball's definitely incomplete, and that was great timing by Franks, because usually when you go through the back of the receiver, a lot of times they're going to call interference, but he timed it with the arrival of the football pretty darn well.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Dalton and TCU. They finally take advantage of a short field. 5 wide receivers in the set, and he won't get the first down. Christian with the slot on that side. The junior running back, Brian Jackson, forced him out short by a couple of yards.
Okay, do you go for it here, or do you kick and pin him back? Obviously not a field goal deal. If you punt it and it goes into the end zone, you don't pick up that much field position. Do you go for it on 4th down? If you're unsuccessful, you have confidence in defense. They're playing better. They'll stop Oklahoma because it's a short field. That's the decision that Gary Patterson is thinking through right now.
And Gary Patterson keeps Dalton on the field.
He's going. He's got confidence in his defense.
If you don't get it, it could be disastrous. His defense has done an exceptional job against the run. They held Oklahoma to only 36 yards on the ground.
Going to try to jump him offside? No. Throw back to Dalton.
The quarterback clearly wanted to get it to Dalton. And wow. Taking over Corey Bennett with the sack.
Wow. He had Dalton for a while, but could not pull the trigger on it because of the pressure of the athletes of Oklahoma. Boy, not only was the play unsuccessful, it lost a ton of yards. Here goes Dalton, and now, got to throw it. Nope, now I have to reset. Can't throw it yet. Sack. And Dalton was wide open. Dalton was open for a bit. I'm not sure he would have gotten the first down. There's Dalton. Look, he's still open. Couldn't get the ball to him. Franks reads it. He would have had to gotten to him in the first 5 yards to see if he could have made somebody miss. What a big play by Oklahoma on a little wrinkle, a little gadget play that TCU had not shown.
Give Franks and Brian Jackson the corner on that side credit because they stayed at home. There's a flag from the umpire where you normally see a holding call. Brown went nowhere anyway.
Holding on the offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Guys, back to the gadget play, the discipline of Oklahoma to stay with their assignments and their responsibilities. That says a lot about Franks and Jackson on that side of the field.
And it says a lot about Brent Venables, the coordinator, and the coaches. Everybody played their defensive responsibility to the utmost, and the gadget play blew up.
Holding his way out of the backfield, Chris Brown. Tripped up by the senior on it down, Stephen Coleman. Free safety. So they put him down at the 45.
I'll tell you what, there's some pads thumping down there right now. There's some good hitting going on. I know Gary, as physical as he was, he's drooling down there. He wants to jump out there and get a hit. And then Noxie wants to play a little safety out there. Get after him a little bit.
You're speaking for Knox now. Second and 13.
Noxie wants to put some knocks on people.
The blitz off the edge, and they get to Bradford. That was Hodge.
Got an injured lineman as Bradford fell into the back of his leg, grabbing that right ankle.
Trent Williams.
Yep, Trent Williams not in good shape right now. And Sam Bradford, once he pumped the football, it was dead time. Can't pump it when you have a blitz like that. The ball has to come out of Sam Bradford's hand. So in this situation, basically Sam Bradford is responsible for the backside. And when the blocker missed, Bradford tried to pump it to get rid of it. Blocker, he's got him, and there's Trent Williams getting rolled into from the backside. So that player right there is the quarterback's responsibility. Stephen Hodge is the quarterback's responsibility in that protection, and he knew it, and he pumped it. But once he held onto the football, it was dead time. And not only do you get a quarterback sack, you may lose a down lineman. An offensive lineman.
And the running back totally missed Hodge.
Yeah, it was a whiff.
Oh, boy. So Trent Williams, a junior, who's now in his 3rd year as the starting right tackle for the Sooners out of Longview, Texas. Think he's in a little pain?
Man. Yeah.
Final 3.5 minutes of the first half.
Boy, it's amazing how quiet it gets. I mean, 80,000 plus people just in a hush right now as they're trying to determine how extensive the injury is to Trent Williams. You can hear a pin drop in here.
That's
now
a
he's
good
up.
sign.
Yep.
And he is getting up. But you tell the amount of pain he was in. Boy, that's great to just see him put weight on it, though.
And fortunately, he has a knee brace on, so any problem was in the ankle. Doesn't look like it was in the knee. He just started grabbing that right ankle right away. Because it's going to go somewhere. If it doesn't hit your ankle, it's going to get up to your knee. And that's why those linemen wear those big old braces, to make sure that their knees don't buckle. Look at those braces. Looks like erector sets. But they save knees, I'll tell you that much right now. There's a lot of times you get caught in uncompromising positions in the interior of the offensive line. Your legs are going to be bending the wrong way, and those braces help make sure that they don't. A lot of ACLs saved by those. ACLs, MCLs, PCLs, all the L's. Good to see the big fella walking off pretty much under his own power, but definitely a hitch in the get along with that right ankle being rolled.
And now it's going to be third and way out there. Better than 20 needed. Bradford regularly gets to the line and then looks over for the play. Freezing the defense, as we've seen regularly in the first half. They don't get to Bradford this time on a stunt. And on a breakdown with M.Johnson, who turned in. He thought Johnson was going to go down the hash mark.
Well, TCU is starting to make it a little more uncomfortable for Oklahoma's passing attack. They've made some adjustments. They sacked Bradford twice. In 100 pass attempts coming into today's game, Oklahoma's quarterbacks had gone down once. 1% of the pass attempts. This afternoon, there's already 2 sacks in the first half. And now they have people on the wrong page, receiver and quarterback. They're starting to change things up a little bit back there.
Well, that's the third consecutive possession that Oklahoma, and you talk about the TCU defense, has gone 3 and out with a punt. The lack of the ground game has hurt them. No. Gets away a good one. Away from Curley, backpedals and takes it anyway with a fair catch. Over the shoulder at about the 7-8 yard line. Let's head downstairs. Jim Knox.
All right, Joe, I tell you what, it almost feels like Christmas around here. That's because it's almost halftime. College football Saturday. We'll head to the halftime. Get the halftime report from Mike Goldberg, DeMarco Farr. They'll go over top 25 scores and highlights as well as... That's right, text time. Time to get out those phones and start texting away. Joel, it's been nothing.
Knox's people.
You talk about a diverse group. Got a little of everything there.
That's Joseph Turner. Only out to the 8 for a gain of a yard, yard and a half. So this deep with 2:20 and counting left in the first half. You got to believe they're not going to be gambling very much.
Oklahoma has all 3 of their timeouts. Watch for them to burn them here now, because, you know, if they can hold TCU to 1, 2, 3 and out, they can get a ball with a short field and multiple timeouts to work with.
Let's see if TCU now has a spread the formation. Now they'll give it to Brown. Nothing doing. That was Lewis, the weak side backer, making sure of it. And it is going to be Oklahoma's first timeout. Yeah. In the first 15 minutes of play, a wild beginning for the Oklahoma Sooners from an offensive standpoint.
Sam Bradford getting the ball deep to Iglesias. Gresham kind of faked out in the flat, and then DeMarco Murray spinning like a top, making a great play. Short field in the red zone for Chris Brown. That's the 19th time in the red zone. 18 times they've scored touchdowns of those 19 opportunities. Then they said, forget red zone, we're going to go long ball again. M.Johnson just wins the foot race against Priest. They can score from anywhere. They can score short. They can score deep. They can score in the intermediate. Very explosive.
Bob Stoops, as we look at what Oklahoma has done among the Big 12 teams right now in total offense. And Missouri, wild numbers. Missouri's got the weekend off. Oklahoma at about 557.
Almost half the Big 12 averaging over 500 yards a game offensively. It's crazy.
Dalton will have 4 out in the pattern. And he's going to run it himself and lose yardage. Timeout Oklahoma. They'll stop it
as they set him back at the 5. Ryan Reynolds with the penetration. I'm surprised that Dalton is their second leading rusher. They've utilized him over the first 4 more often in the ground game. Got him out on the edge a couple of times.
And now let's see if Oklahoma decides to put pressure on the punt or just go with the return.
Yeah. Oklahoma has 1 timeout remaining. And a minute 45 to play with. And we remind you tomorrow, the NFL on Fox returns. Twin Bill. It all starts with Aaron Rodgers. The Packers taking on the Buccaneers. Other regional activity. Then Clinton Portis and the Redskins taking on the undefeated Cowboys. 2 old rivals from the NFC East. It all starts with the Ford Drive 1 Fox NFL Sunday pregame show. That's at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, high definition, only on Fox. The Kelton will punt close to his own back line of the end zone.
See, there's the 15 yards I was talking about. He's 15 yards back from the punter. He was only like 12 or 13 earlier.
And a returnable one, Ryan Broyles on the line drive. Will it be a block in the back?
Yes. Yep.
Over the yards against Oklahoma.
Yeah, Hunter got hit in the back. Hunter had the good coverage, not able to get the helmet across the bow.
During the return, block in the back, return team number 6, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Call it on Jackson.
You have to get the hit right here, hit from behind or even with, and Hunter gets hit from behind. Or in front, I should say, helmet in front or even with. And definitely helmet behind Hunter. That's a big penalty. That's a lot of yards you didn't want to lose at that particular time, and Jackson pulled the trigger.
This is the 9th offensive possession of the half for Oklahoma. That's a wild amount as DeMarco Murray is put down after a gain of 4 at the 45 by Stephen Hodge. And boy, Stephen Hodge been all over the place defensively for TCU. They may have given up 21 points, but Stephen Hodge has been very active from his strong safety spot. In and out of the hands of Johnson. It would have been a first down.
That's a linebacker covering in Phillips, a former quarterback. And that's what Coach, he recruits running backs, quarterbacks. That looked like a good play. No interference on Phillips. And he recruits those type of players and puts them on defense, and they got speed on that side of the football.
So Oklahoma trying to avoid their 4th consecutive 3-and-out after that incredible first 15 minutes of play. They have definitely found some quicksand here and slowed down considerably in the second quarter. Bradford needs 6, and Johnson's got it. And the defensive back fell down. Would he go the distance?
Yep.
Yes.
Falling to the turf was Sanders. Sanders slipped. Johnson, see you later.
Priest had been burned a couple of times in the first half. And now it's the opposite side, Nick Sanders, and both 3-year starters for the Horned Frogs.
What a half for Johnson. Couple of long balls for Manuel Johnson.
And for Bradford, without the aid of a running game.
Yeah.
Hooking it through, Jimmy Stevens, the redshirt freshman from Oklahoma City. You talk about Manuel Johnson making that reception. Manuel Johnson, 2 catches for 128 yards and both for scores.
Well, you have a very little margin for error, and Sanders has a big error. You saw him trying to get back up off the ground, and when Sanders went down, Johnson was gone. Could not take the angle. Another Johnson, T.J. Johnson, could not take an appropriate angle to catch Manuel Johnson. But, man, when you fall to the turf, you're in trouble. And they stress you so much. I mean, this Oklahoma offense puts so much stress on the defense.
You know, Bob Stoops, 2 weeks ago, made Oklahoma history, becoming the 4th Sooner head coach to win 100 games. And Oklahoma's program is the only school to have 4 reach the century mark. And he is the 8th fastest to do it in 122 games. Barry Switzer all-time on top. And they've had such great runs at Oklahoma. And we joked about it earlier with the lack of the pass. Most of it was done on the ground in those days.
Well, and how about the home record? 56-2 and counting. I mean, lost to TCU in 2005, lost to Oklahoma State, lost a conference game and a non-conference game, and that is it. In 58 encounters, that is phenomenal.
Well, how about against your own division? The Big 12 South, 35-9. And this is 10th season. It'll be brought back. Taking a pop before he even got to the 20. Back downstairs we go as the Sooners continue to celebrate. And it was Sanders on that stop, or check that. Carter on the stop. And we head down to Jim Knox.
All right, Joe, more good news for the Oklahoma Sooners on their sidelines. Big Trent Williams is up. They taped his right ankle. It looks like he's going to try to give it a go. Not in that much of pain, guys. Looks like he could be back.
Easy for you to say. And then they list him at 310. Okay. Sure.
That's a big man.
Big 310. It's Turner. They can't wait to get to the locker room and regroup at the 22. So final minute. You had to believe, and Bob Stoops said it earlier in the week, you're right, I'm going to talk about 2005 with this group and remind them what happened against TCU just 3 years ago. But it was a totally different Oklahoma team in 2005. And they loaded up the box against Stoops. Adrian Peterson had 22 carries in that game for only 63 yards.
Well, they dared him to throw the football, and they couldn't. Well, you can't dare Sam Bradford to throw the football because he can. Sam Bradford, a one-play drive is a defensive coordinator's nightmare, and Oklahoma's had a couple of them.
On 2nd and 8, Turner again. Out to the 25. That should be the final snap of the half. So TCU will regroup and try to get it together offensively, but give the Sooners some credit, especially when you're playing a pace defense and you're not gambling defensively and you hold a quality opponent like TCU. Sam Bradford on the opposite side, though, close to 300 yards on 11 completions.
Man. He's you know, his completion percentage down from 79%, but the numbers are crazy.
Downstairs we go. Jim Knox.
All right, thank you, Joe. Coach, you got to be extremely pleased. Really doing a nice number on both sides of the football already. Over 300 total yards of offense and 2 big turnovers on defense.
Yeah, defensively, we've come up with the big plays and fairly consistent. A little disappointed offensively second quarter. A couple penalties put us in the hole, and we weren't able to get out of it. So we need to execute. We had 2 or 3 possessions there in the second quarter with some decent field position. We got to get something.
I appreciate the time. Thank you, Coach. Right now, halftime. It's all Oklahoma, 28-3. Let's head to our College Football Saturday studios and join Mike Goldberg and DeMarcus Barr. Mike.
Well, thank you very much, and it is time for the College Football Saturday halftime show. Mike Goldberg, DeMarco Farr, not to be confused with DeMarco Moore. I think he just stumbled. He just stumbled. His name is not John Knox. It's Jim Knox. All right, text time. 310-425-9455. Those are the things you're not supposed to point out on TV. That's Broadcasting 101. Okay, so text us and ask your questions of DeMarco Farr. TCU Oklahoma is at the break, and coming up, top 10 upsets. A lot of upset fans because their teams have been going down. You are watching the College Football Saturday halftime show.
To be ahead of the curve, it takes vision,
leadership,
experience,
creativity.
You need the right environment to live and learn.
Be a leader.
Change the world.
Be world class.
TCU.
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 Ahead of the curve.
Hi, Anthony Sullivan here. Now you can experience what millions of people already know about the most advanced sweeper in the world.
It works, and it's lightweight. That's the best part about it.
With wheels, you can only go one direction at a time. With the sliders, you can go everywhere.
The secret to the swivel sweeper is underneath. It uses sliders, not wheels, so it goes where no other sweeper can.
There's no reason to yank out a big vacuum cleaner. You don't have to with the swivel sweeper. It's right there, and it's bing.
The swivel sweeper uses quad brake
fresh technology, so it cleans forwards, backwards, and side to side, and it even swivels and pivots, picking up wherever it goes in any direction.
And they're having more fun cleaning than I've ever seen.
It picks everything up, from crumbs to paper clips to hair and fuzz and everything, and it doesn't push it around either. It picks it up. It rolls it right in.
Forwards, backwards, or side to side, in corners, along baseboards, and even behind or under furniture, let the swivel sweeper do the work.
This is rechargeable, no cord, weighs no more than a regular broom. Works great.
A click to empty, and it folds up for space-saving storage.
Call now and get the cordless swivel sweeper with battery and charger for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a mini sweeper for quick pickups on furniture and upholstery free.
And here's another reason why ordering today is a great idea.
You can get a complete second swivel sweeper set free. Just pay additional shipping and handling. And we'll even upgrade you to rush delivery.
That's right. You get a 60-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
I give it 2 thumbs up.
You'll get 2 swivel sweepers with batteries and chargers, 2 mini sweepers, the 60-day money-back guarantee, and rush delivery, all for just 2 payments of $19.99.
You'll love your swivel sweepers.
Here's how to order.
Call now to order your 2 swivel sweepers for the price of 1. Each kit includes battery, charger, and mini sweepers, all backed by our 60-day guarantee for just 2 easy payments of $19.99. So call 1-800-465-6143. That's 1-800-465-6143. Call now.
As the Oklahoma Sooners try to take over the top spot in the nation, well, they're halfway there with a very impressive first 30 minutes of play, and especially at the offensive end. And welcome back once again. Joel Myers along with Dave Labman. At the outset of the telecast, we talked about the balance, the diversity of the Oklahoma Sooners. Well, they are on top 28-3, but the balance, well, a little bit lacking. The story was Sam Bradford.
Well, they tried to be balanced. They ran the ball 20 times, threw it 21. They were balanced in their play selection, but TCU's defense shut down Oklahoma's running game. So they said, okay, we'll go deep. And M.Johnson catches one for 73 yards in the touchdown. And then Nick Sanders falls down. And, as a result, M.Johnson goes another 55 yards for a touchdown. So if you're going to load the box, we're going to throw it over your head. And that's what Oklahoma did. And what TCU couldn't do, they did. They turned the football over. They fumbled it twice. The ball's knocked out of there a couple of times. Oklahoma recovers both. And then the interception from B.Jackson. So TCU turns it over 3 times. And Oklahoma finds themselves +3. Turnovers is what we're talking about. A big factor. Those 3 turnovers are a big factor right there. Neither team able to run the football very much, but look at that, 7.8 yards per play because of the fact that Oklahoma has been able to go deep with the football. 11 completions for 281 yards and 3 touchdowns, Joel.
Now let's head downstairs, check in with Jim Knox. Knoxy?
Thank you, Joel. Just got through talking to Gary Patterson. He said, hey, I screwed my defense up early. I got them lined up way too early, and Oklahoma's offense, and Sam Bradford took advantage of that. He also said the defense needs to get a couple turnovers here in the second half, and they got to find some way how to move the ball on offense. Joel?
All right, Knoxy. Horned Frogs are going to have it to start the second half, and Brown is going to bring it back from the goal line. Taking the first man miss, he's across the 25. And he's got it out to the 27. Now, as we look at the starts and the possession drive for TCU in the first half, the field position wasn't that bad.
3 straight possessions, they had turnovers. That's the killer right there. That's murderer's row. Fumble, fumble, interception. You can't do that against a team as strong as Oklahoma, Joel. You just can't give them extra possession.
And I bring up field position because their second and third series in this game, they started at their own 36, their own 41. In fact, after a 75-yard return, they added to the Oklahoma 11 and got the 3 points, their only points of the game. Almost intercepted. It was Ryan Reynolds. It had targeted over the middle to Big Jimmy Young. And let's check in once again downstairs with Gary Reasons. Gary?
Well, Joel, if TCU's going to get back in this football game, Andy Dalton cannot make mistakes, especially like that, throwing it right to the breadbasket of the middle linebacker. That's not going to be a good sign for that offense. They need to stay within themselves and play Gary Patterson football. That's tough, being physical. They've got an offensive line that can contend with this football team. They moved the ball against Oklahoma in the second quarter. They just self-destructed with the turnovers.
On 2nd and 10, it's Turner. And Turner does a good job spinning his way to a first down. He's got 10 yards on the carry.
Yeah, exactly. You don't throw the game plan out the windows right now. There are still 2 quarters of football to play, and stay with it with the running game. Nice block at the second level on Reynolds, and Now, you lower your head, get as much as you possibly can, just like Joseph Turner did, move the sticks.
Now, coming in, TCU is averaging 249 yards a game on the ground. The most since they had a guy by the name of LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, in their backfield. On that carry, Clayton puts down the ball carrier. And looking into the first half leaders for TCU, Dalton had 96 passing, but usually he's got balance between passing and some carries. He did not run the ball.
Yeah, and he was less than 50% throwing the football, which he is on the season. He's not a high percentage passer, but he does have plenty of arm strength. And like Gary said, just can't put his team in jeopardy making bad decisions, throwing the football into windows that are too tight.
Keep Turner in the backfield, Brown in motion. And Dalton put it on the ground. Again, it just doesn't look like they're in sync in the backfield. We saw that a couple of times in the first half.
Yeah, it looked like they were fighting over that football, and they're talking about it right now. You know, it's you put the ball in the stomach of the running back like he does to Joseph Turner. Joseph Turner says, I want it. And Dalton says, no, you're not supposed to have it. I'm taking it. And as a result of that little fight over the football, it's on the turf. You don't want that.
That's up to the 249 per game. TCU only 50 yards on 20 carries after the last one. And now it's third and close to 10. And not even close to his running back, Aaron Brown.
Brown was available. Ball severely overthrown.
There's a collision out there.
Watch the two receivers. Brown. It ends up being a pick. It works out nicely. Brown's available, but the ball's overthrown. But Brown ran his route a little bit too shallow, obviously, because the ball was thrown a lot deeper down the football field than that. One hand grenade gets both players right there. They certainly did not have field distribution. That's a mental error on the route.
Dominique Franks waiting for the Kelton punt. So, one first down and a punt to start the second half for TCU. Franks stays away at the last second. Dangerously close. That'll make your special teams coach crazy. And when we come back, Oklahoma's going to have it for the first time in the second half. Up 28-3, back at their own 16.
If you wear prescription glasses, you know protecting your eyes from the sun can be a real problem. Clip-ons let light shine right in from the sides, and prescription sunglasses
(1-800-401-5923) or visit us online at hdwraparounds.com. So call 1-800-401-5923. That's 1-800-401-5923. Call now.
College Football Saturday is presented by KFC and the KFC $10 Challenge. 7 pieces of KFC original recipe, 1 large side, 4 biscuits, just $9.99. Life tastes better with KFC. And the first down marker brought to you by Overstock.com. Save time and fuel by shopping comfortably at home with Overstock.com. At home with the O. And the big O is working quite efficiently at the offensive end. And that O is Oklahoma, as in Sooners. Joel Myers, Dave Lapham, Gary Reasons, Jim Knox back in Norman. The Sooners have it for the first time in the second half. Trent Williams is out there. The right tackle went down and didn't look like he was going to be able to continue. That's great news. It's Manuel Johnson. Manuel Johnson almost peeled away from Rafael Priest again. He's close to the first down. And looking back at the possession, some big plays in the first half of the Sooners, Dave.
Oh, really? And then here you go. You know, all of a sudden, that's what Bob Stoops was talking about. Got some good field position, and 1, 2, 3 and punt. You know, get rid of the football, and four possessions in a row, and then the big touchdown when the defensive back fell to the turf. B.Jackson for TCU.
Lack of a ground game. 20 carries, only 39 yards for the Sooners. Johnson in front of the other D-back. Sanders gets the first down, or actually that was first down. They gave it to him by the nose of the football. He gets about 3, maybe 4, and the first half individual numbers.
And Sam Bradford just over 50% passing, but those numbers, the yards and the touchdowns, just phenomenal. Kevin Wilson tried to stay balanced with his play calling in the first half. He called 20 runs and 21 passes, but obviously the passing game was executed much more efficiently.
It's 2nd and 7. Bradford in trouble and peels away as he overshoots Manuel Johnson. Guy can throw it just a little. that was a fastball high and wide.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the first pass he threw was from the right sideline to the left, the right hash mark to left sideline. They wanted to be physical. 7.8 yards per play is fine, but the rushing was less than 2 yards per play. They didn't quite get that done.
Need about 7. Bradford in trouble, and down he goes.
Third sack.
The linebacker, Washington, the junior from Irving, Texas. And that's way back at about the 15, so a big play field position-wise if the Horned Frogs are going to get back into it.
And protect, the 2 things to protect was another key. Protect the football. They did. No turnovers. That's massive. But 2 sacks allowed in the first half and nowhere to go with the football. There's time to throw it. Sam Bradford basically has to throw it away. You can't take the sack. I mean, if there's nowhere to go with the football, TCU won that. Throw it away and line back up.
Curley waits for the Knoll punt. And one of the better ones for Mike Knoll tonight. Curley gets it out across the 43 to the 45, but good coverage. And now TCU again. Great field position. Short field, but can they do anything with it? Trailing by 25.
Hey, ref, come on, you couldn't make a call in a phone booth. Come on.
Nothing but nothing.
It's not as fun when it happens to you. Be a good sport.
Hey, Dorothy, Oz called. They want the bricks back.
Would you like to put a stop to your partner's snoring so you could go to sleep and stay asleep every night? Introducing Pure Sleep, the stop snoring solution. Common snoring is caused when the airway is constricted, causing the soft palate to vibrate. Pure Sleep is a patented self-molded mouthpiece cleared by the FDA, which holds the jaw slightly forward, opening the airway so that the snoring stops. Look at the difference in these before and after images. Pure Sleep puts a stop to snoring on the very first night, or your money back.
That is just the astounding thing. I have not snored. And so this thing works. It's easy to use, easy to mold, works like a charm.
Now we go to sleep, he falls asleep, he's not snoring, I fall asleep within 20 minutes. It's fantastic.
I'm sleeping through the night and so is he, and we're waking up with more energy and not waking up in the middle of the night to say shh.
Pure Sleep is safe and easy to custom fit for maximum comfort. Breathing is normal. Sprays and nose strips are ineffective because they can't open the airway in your throat. Similar devices have been successfully prescribed by dentists for over 20 years, but they can cost over $1,000. Pure Sleep is only 2 payments of $29.95 and is now available without visiting a doctor. Plus, call now and you won't have to risk a penny to try Pure Sleep. If it doesn't work, we'll refund the purchase price, refund the original shipping charge, and even pay to ship it back. Don't suffer through another night of snoring. Enjoy Pure Sleep by calling now. Try Pure Sleep risk-free.
To order Pure Sleep, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-972-0573. That's 1-800-972-0573.
Don't wait. Call now.
Before the race, behind the scenes, being in the middle of it all. NASCAR on speed. Are you ready to be there? See it, feel it, live it. Nobody covers NASCAR like NASCAR on speed. NASCAR on speed. Be there.
Welcome back once again to College Football Saturday in Norman, Oklahoma. Joel Myers along with Dave Blattman, Gary Reasons, Jim Knox as well. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further play right after these messages.
If you've tried to lose weight and failed on a diet or exercise program, there's news from the Obesity Research Institute. Now you can lose pounds of body fat and weight without changing your life.
When the fat starts shedding off, my husband says, "Look at you."
It wasn't just about losing weight, but body fat.
Inches were lost. Like, I swear it attacked just the fat.
Lipozene. Clinical study proves that 78% of each pound lost is pure body fat, backed by 12 independent clinical studies. Clinically proven to help you lose pounds of body fat and weight without a change in lifestyle.
I didn't have to go to a weird diet or, measure my food. I just ate what I wanted, and I lost weight.
Being able to lose the weight without having to really work hard was really fantastic. I loved it.
I could eat what I wanted to eat, and I still lost the weight consistently.
Please understand that Lipozene is a powerful weight loss supplement that was formulated only for those people who seriously want to lose not just weight, but pounds of body fat.
It's a miracle. I swear it is. You just can't do it on your own. You can't.
If you just would try Lipozene, you'll see results.
Lipozene is the final answer. It worked for me. I don't have to try anything else.
Now you can get Lipozene over the phone without a prescription. Call the number on your screen and it will be shipped directly to your home.
Call now to try Lipozene risk-free for 30 days for only $29.95. If you don't lose pounds of body fat and weight, send it back and we'll refund your $29.95. But wait, it gets better. Call now and we'll double your order absolutely free. Call in the next 10 minutes and your shipping and handling is also free. That's right. Call now and we'll double your order and your shipping is free.
To order, call 1-800-253-0368. That's 1-800-253-0368. Call now.
Got our KFC game summary. M.Johnson is now in the Oklahoma record book. 203 receiving yards. That is a single game Sooner record. It could change from week to week when you got a quarterback like Sam Bradford, though.
I'll tell you, he's now got, what does he get? He's got 16 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions on the season. That dog will definitely hunt all day, every day.
Moorhead will kick it away. It'll be Christian and Brown. Waiting back the Horned Frogs. And Ryan Christian will bring it out about 3 yards into the end zone. We'll get to the 20, and that is it. Time now for a FreeBetterReport.com sideline report as we head downstairs. Do I hear thunder in the background, Jim Knox?
All right, Joel, you know what? Austin, Texas, you may want to hold your eyes right now. Look who we have. It's Kevin Durant watching a football game in Oklahoma, but there's a good reason because you're now playing NBA here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Your thoughts on coming to Oklahoma and playing in the NBA?
I'm excited. We sold out every game, so that's a plus as well. And, it's a new environment, so hopefully we bring a new team.
You're watching a very good Oklahoma football team right now. If you were a football player, Kevin, I'm thinking wide receiver all the way. What would you want to play?
I want to play quarterback. I want to do the whole offense. I want to run the whole thing. So, but Oklahoma's a great football team, and it's going to be a good game when we play in Dallas.
That's right. Texas and Oklahoma in a couple of weeks. So we won't even get a prediction. We know who you're thinking about right now. Okay. But he's down on the sideline. He's going to be playing in NBA in Oklahoma. Appreciate the time. Thank you, Kevin Durant. Joel?
All right, Jim, thank you. And really a good young man. They'll like him a lot in Oklahoma City. Just a real genuine kid.
Moxie looked vertically challenged there, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked like Billy Barty. It's a first out at the 33. And just wide of the young man who just caught it, Walter Bryant. Back to Kevin Durant, though. I had to go up to him, and I spent a few minutes with him last year in Seattle, his rookie season. And I said, the commercial you did, where he goes down the hall, and his history, all the jerseys. He said, he told me it was done basically the way you see it. And I said, what about Drew Freeman's Falcons? He goes, that was my middle school. And he had a big smile. He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a quality human being. I mean, that's the good thing. Not only a great player, but a great person as well.
2nd and 10 for the 33.
Uh-oh, a little early there.
Well, you're all over those linemen tonight.
They can't be doing that.
I mean it.
Ball starts on the offense. Number 70. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
You got to take it easy on the Hogs.
Hey, Marshall Newhouse, when you get 350 moving, it ain't going to stop quickly.
Do you know from experience?
It doesn't have that. You know, those air brakes don't work.
4:51 to play in the third. 35-3 Oklahoma. Georgia is down at one point 31-0 at home between the hedges to Alabama, the number 3 team in the nation. Missouri, they get ready for conference play. And Missouri tries to win at Nebraska next week for the first time since 1978. Whoa. Look out, there's Brown. And after the mark-off, he got that back plus another 5, making it an 11-yard carry for Aaron Brown. Gary Reasons.
Guys, I've been taking a look at this Oklahoma defense, and in particular the linebacker play. That was a big question mark for Bob Stoops coming into this season. How would the linebackers react and how they would play? Ryan Reynolds, the middle linebacker, I am really impressed with what he's done tonight. He's playing within himself. He's playing with passion. He's a leader out there. Travis Lewis, he's the newfound guy. Very young, very inexperienced, but he's always around the football. He leads the team in tackles. And Keenan Clayton, he's solid. He's got some wheels. They've got some talent at the linebacker spot, so I think Oklahoma's in pretty good shape.
Dalton on the option to the wide side of the field, and Brown's got a first down, but back to Ryan Reynolds as Nick Harris made that play. This guy that persevered. Ryan Reynolds is his second season as a starter. Spring of both 06 and 07, he had knee surgery. It was an ACL for him in 2006, so my son went through an ACL. That's a battle. That takes a long time.
Well, that's a guy that wants to play the game, you know, and realized when he was having the surgeries and the rehabilitation how much he missed the game. And as Gary said, passionate football player. And Brent Venables is pleased to have him in the middle of his defense.
Dalton with the pocket holding up well. Now in scramble mode and can't get away from the big guy. Adrian Taylor, he moves very well. Good feet for a guy that's 300 pounds at 6'4". And is he cramping up?
Yeah, slow to get up. Looks like that right calf's cramping on him a little bit.
It's a warm night. I mentioned it was in the high 80s at kick, which was locally, it was 6 o'clock Central. And it's been a warm night.
And even though the sun is set, you can still lose a lot of fluid out there. And if you haven't done it properly all week long with the electrolytes, it's too late now. Once you start cramping, it's hard to curtail it. But it's not something you can do the night before, or the day of the game. You have to have your diet and your liquid intake properly done all week long, every week, in preparation for playing football in these hot and humid conditions.
I'm glad you brought up the word preparation, because I mentioned it, we didn't have time to talk about it before, but the walkthrough yesterday, which was, what was it, about 90 minutes?
Yeah.
And that's a long walkthrough by most coaches' standards. And it wasn't just personnel groupings. And you talked about the second unit.
Right.
Almost like they were shadow boxing behind the first unit. But the first unit, there was a pace to the race. They had a great rhythm going, just like they did at the start of the game.
And Bob Stoops has talked about how the no huddle has helped his defense. They've pared down calls. They're quicker and more efficient with their communication. So he said it not only has helped his offense, but when people run the no huddle against his defense, working against his offense so much during practice every single day during the year, it's really helped them. And it showed tonight when TCU tried to go up tempo. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of teams in the Big 12, obviously, they're going to go no huddle, not just Oklahoma. You're talking Missouri, Texas Tech, Kansas, it goes on and on.
And it's an adjustment, but it's not that big a deal to a lot of the Big 12 schools. Texas Tech you brought up, and Missouri off the edge. It was Lewis, the weak side backer, also up there.
Lewis is...
They've had a number of players.
He's the athlete. He's the athlete Gary was talking about earlier. Played running back and kind of doesn't know what he doesn't know yet, but he knows he's supposed to run to the football and rally and make plays, and he wants to be great. He's coachable. Brent Venables very, very excited about his upside potential.
That was also Cordero Moore, the defensive tackle, who's not in too deep, so they've gone 3 deep now up front. Ball batted right back at Dalton. It looked like Gerald McCoy, the tackle out of Oklahoma City.
Big old Moore got a mucker up there.
Was it Moore?
Yeah.
And that's the young man I was just talking about.
Yeah, and you know, it's good for him. There's Moore getting that big left mucker up and kind of spiking it to the turf like a volleyball player. He doesn't look like Misty May, though.
6'2", 300. He's timing it. Broyles waiting back and staying away from it. So Oklahoma now is going to have it for the 3rd time in the second half at the 13. Well, our best connection to the game. It's got to include M.Johnson, doesn't it?
Oh, 73-yarder here over the top to the house. Then Nick Sanders falls down at cornerback, and Johnson says, okay, I'll finish it. I'll take it 55 to the house. And then they run a little quick receiver screen, and perfect call at the perfect time, and he takes this 63 yards to pay dirt. Golden goalpost tonight 3 times for Johnson.
That's on 5 grabs for 203 yards. And Brown battles it straight up the middle of the 15. That is the one thing that has been missing, though, from the Oklahoma attack. As good as it's been for Bradford and his wide receivers, Sam Bradford right now is 16 of 28 for 374 yards with 4 scores. They have not been able to run against, and let's face it, this is a top defense, but they have not been able to run against the Horned Frogs.
Guys, they've been wanting to establish the running game. They wanted one of these 3 running backs to break out, be it their starter, DeMarco Murray, Moises Madou, and you're seeing Chris Brown in the football game now. DeMarco Murray, he had a scant early in the season, over 40 yards, but that was the longest run that he's had for the season. His longest before that, up to that point, is just 12 yards. So they have not had the explosive running plays that Oklahoma they think they're capable of, so that's something they're still trying to establish.
I'll tell you though, Gary, Murray makes me hold my breath every time he touches. That kid is special.
Yeah, he's a great player and a great athlete. There's no doubt about that. But they just have not gotten him on track. Yeah. He's very shifty when he gets in open space, but they haven't given him that little bit of space that he needs.
On 3rd and 8, batted away from Johnson. And a flag comes late. They'll call it on Sanders. And they'll move the chains that way by way of penalty.
And I think that's a good call. I thought his arrival was premature to the football, and he went right through him.
Pass interference on a defense number 20. Ball be placed to spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
You know, Nick Sanders obviously is the player that fell down that we talked about, giving up one of the touchdowns to Johnson, and this time goes through the receiver in contact with the receiver right through his back before the football got there, and it's Johnson matched up on him again.
When's the last time you saw an Oklahoma team throw for 374? Right now they've got 33 yards on 25 carries. Yet they're up because of what Bradford's done in the passing game. They lose a yard on that play. Good penetration. Give credit, though. The Horned Frogs came in #1 of the nation in total defense.
Well, and Kevin Wilson has stayed with the run. He hasn't abandoned it. And TCU is going to put one more guy in the box than you can block to stop the run. So at that point, Kevin Wilson says, okay, we'll take our shots down the field. And they have. And every shot they've taken down the field has seemed to be a payday for them. So that's what they've done.
On the play fake. Going down the middle for Iglesias and overshooting everybody. Bradford showing his arm strength, though, and now it's going to be 3rd and about 11. You know, that's the old adage. I'll put 8 in the box and make them throw it over your head.
And they did.
They found M.Johnson and Iglesias early in the game.
Right. And, you know, and that's the thing. I mean, sometimes you're going to have to throw it to win. Sometimes you're going to have to run it to win. And Oklahoma is capable of doing either. And that's what makes them so dangerous.
They freeze you personnel-wise with the way they run this offense. You got to get up to the line and then check back to the line.
And they say, Joel, do you want to die a quick death or a slow death? We can do it either way with you, however you want to defend it.
It'll be DeMarco Murray going nowhere. So as he's dropped by Hughes, with a defensive end. And we haven't called his name a lot today. And they're real happy with both Panful and Hughes taking over for Blake and Ortiz. They're two very good defensive ends last year.
And I think that the reason their name hasn't been called very much, they've been eclipsed by Lodeholt, who can do that at 6'8", 300 and almost 40 pounds, 338, whatever he is. And there's been more than one player at the right tackle position who has played effectively. Bob Stoops, his offensive and defensive line are two strengths of his football team. That's always good strengths to have.
So a quiet third 15 minutes of play, especially when you consider the way it started for the Oklahoma Sooners. But Oklahoma did score the only points of the third. And it was Manuel Johnson, as usual. A 63-yard catch from Bradford. 35-3 Oklahoma.
Hi, Anthony Sullivan here. Now you can experience what millions of people already know about the most advanced sweeper in the world.
It works, and it's lightweight. That's the best part about it.
With wheels, you can only go one direction at a time. With the sliders, you can go everywhere.
The secret to the swivel sweeper is underneath. It uses sliders, not wheels, so it goes when no other sweeper can.
There's no reason to yank out a big vacuum cleaner. You don't have to with the swivel sweeper. It's right there, and it's bing.
The swivel sweeper uses quad brush technology, so it cleans forwards, backwards, and side to side, and it even swivels and pivots, picking up wherever it goes in any direction.
And they're having more fun cleaning than I've ever seen.
It picks everything up, from crumbs to paper clips to hair and fuzz and everything, and it doesn't push it around either. It picks it up. It rolls it right in.
Forwards, backwards, or side to side, in corners, along baseboards, and even behind or under furniture, let the swivel sweeper do the work.
This is rechargeable, no cord, weighs no more than a regular broom. Works great.
A click to empty, and it folds up for space-saving storage.
Call now and get the cordless swivel sweeper with battery and charger for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a mini sweeper for quick pickups on furniture and upholstery free.
And here's another reason why ordering today is a great idea.
You can get a complete second swivel sweeper set free. Just pay additional shipping and handling. And we'll even upgrade you to rush delivery.
That's right. You get a 60-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
I give it 2 thumbs up.
You'll get 2 swivel sweepers with batteries and chargers, 2 mini sweepers, the 60-day money-back guarantee, and rush delivery, all for just 2 payments of $19.99.
You'll love your swivel sweepers.
Here's how to order.
Call now to order your 2 swivel sweepers for the price of 1. Each kit includes battery, charger, and mini sweepers, all backed by our 60-day guarantee for just 2 easy payments of $19.99. So call 1-800-465-6143. That's 1-800-465-6143. Call now.
Cheerleaders, the bands, the mascot, the party. Fox College Sports brings you the ultimate tailgate party right to your living room. Every week a different school, every week a different tailgate. It's the total tailgate experience. Don't miss the party. Tailgate Tour, Friday night at 7 Eastern on Fox College Sports.
It's a Big 12 football showdown. The explosive Texas Longhorns face conference rival Colorado. College Football Saturday presented by KFC this week on FCS.
College Football Saturday presented by KFC. Big 12 activity continues from Norman, Oklahoma. Magnificent night. And our KFC game summary. Bradford with the 4 touchdown tosses. Manuel Johnson on the receiving end of 3. Iglesias on the other. And a receiving record for Manuel Johnson. Been a tough night on the other hand for Andy Dalton. So we start the 4th, and it's a punt from the Sooners. As Curley waits, and it's very high short one by Null. As it'll go out of bounds close to the midfield stripe. Well, the passing efficiency leaders. And their NCAA rank tells you how good it is right now in the Big 12, led by Sam Bradford.
Yeah, it's amazing. Josh Freeman's ranked 6th in the conference, and he's 10th in the country. It's phenomenal. And these quarterbacks, Big 12 quarterbacks, combined for over 10,000 passing yards coming into tonight's game, almost 69% completion and 98 touchdowns. And those numbers have only built based on Colt McCoy, Sam Bradford, all these guys' performances today. The numbers they are throwing up there are making me dizzy.
Well, TCU is going to have it in the short punt in Oklahoma territory. The Sooners 48. Here come up some points. Dalton has Jimmy Young, and it's batted away at the last second. Jackson on the coverage. He recovered in time.
Yeah, he almost baited him to throw it, and he thought, he wasn't sure Dalton could get it that deep. He thought he might get a pick out of it, but he recovered back to make a play on the football. Recoverability, speed, and got his head turned to find the football. Very, very well.
Almost gathered it in with one hand the way he brought it down.
Again, Young had to reverse roles. He had to play defensive back and strip him with the football. That's happened a lot on those contested catches tonight.
Dalton out of the gun as they brought the blitz. It frees up. His running back, Ryan Christensen, coming across the field for a first down. He's got it down to the 29 of the Sooners.
And in the absence of Brown, Christensen had to run the football quite a bit, and he got beaten up. I mean, he's not Christian. He's not that big of a person, big of a body guy.
Didn't run it last game at all.
No, he had to take a rest. 5'11", 188 pounds is Ryan Christian. Mr. Christian.
Aaron Brown missed the first 3 games, suspended due to a violation of university policy. And that's why Christian had all the work. A little out is complete. Taking it in on that far side is Young again at about the 16-yard line.
Again, TCU finds themselves in the red zone. Last opportunity in the red zone, they lost the ball on downs. This time, really nice route, run to the sideline, catches it, and tight ropes the sideline for a completion.
Dalton again, similar formation, nobody in the backfield. See if they bring the blitz. They've been rushing 4. Faked his shovel, kept it himself. Close to a first down, got 8, almost 9.
Again, basically a little zone read deal. You know, he's not going to give it to him in the zone, going to keep it and try to pick up some yards himself. He does a very good job. You can always see him scanning up and down the line of scrimmage, and he has to have a feel for the running back and whether he can take it out of his belly or not after putting it in there. And they fought over it one time and it hit the ground.
Right side option read. Dalton can get there. Close, but not in. It'll be first and goal inside the 1. Brought down by Nick Harris.
And TCU wants to put a touchdown on the board. 3 points is not going to satisfy them whatsoever. You got to take that bad taste out of your mouth. You got to score touchdowns. Dalton's trying to do exactly that in the red zone. Nice read, good decision making.
2 minutes gone in the 4th. Can they finally punch it in? Up the middle. Yes, Aaron Brown's in. Touchdown, TCU. And give it to Joseph Turner, 24, not 23, as they had both in the backfield.
Out of the old power I formation. Turner punches it in, finalizes. You see a little power I formation. Bunch of blockers up front there. They creased it pretty well. Oklahoma didn't have their pad level down enough.
So it was a short field, and they finally capitalized. 6 plays, 48 yards. In for the point after Ross Evans. And the Horned Frogs do finally get into the end zone. It's Joseph Turner out of Austin, Texas. Evans 35-10 still Oklahoma.
Would you like to put a stop to your partner's snoring so you could go to sleep and stay asleep every night? Introducing Pure Sleep, the stop snoring solution. Common snoring is caused when the airway is constricted, causing the soft palate to vibrate. Pure Sleep is a patented self-molded mouthpiece cleared by the FDA, which holds the jaw slightly forward, opening the airway so that the snoring stops. Look at the difference in these before and after images. Pure Sleep puts a stop to snoring on the very first night, or your money back.
That is just the astounding thing. I have not snored. And so this thing works. It's easy to use, easy to mold, works like a charm.
Now we go to sleep
He falls asleep. He's not snoring. I fall asleep within 20 minutes. It's fantastic. I'm sleeping through the night, and so is he, and we're waking up with more energy and not waking up in the middle of the night to say, shh.
Pure Sleep is safe and easy to custom fit for maximum comfort. Breathing is normal. Sprays and nose strips are ineffective because they can't open the airway in your throat. Similar devices have been successfully prescribed by dentists for over 20 years, but they can cost over $1,000. Pure Sleep is only 2 payments of $29.95 and is now available without visiting a doctor. Plus, call now and you won't have to risk a penny to try Pure Sleep. If it doesn't work, we'll refund the purchase price, refund the original shipping charge, and even pay to ship it back. Don't suffer through another night of snoring. Enjoy Pure Sleep by calling now. Try Pure Sleep risk-free.
To order Pure Sleep, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-972-0573. That's 1-800-972-0573. Don't wait. Call now.
Horned Frogs finally get into the end zone. And the surprise of this game, though, is the yards they've given up through the air. And this is a team that only gave up an average of 8 points a contest coming in. They were number 1 in total defense. Across the board, they were top 6, top 7 defensively.
Of course, Oklahoma was averaging almost 55 a game coming in.
55 points a game. And they went on the road and they made a statement at Washington. And Washington's not, obviously, and it's not a great year so far for the Pac-10. An elite member this season of the Pac-10. But they still got 55 on Washington on the road 2 weeks ago. It'll be brought back by Murray. He's been fairly quiet. Ain't going to miss that time, though, and finally pulled down just short of the 30s. We check in with Mike Goldberg at a game break. Mike?
Joe, let's make a little trip around the Big 12. Nebraska in Lincoln hosting Virginia Tech. Joe Gans. Little play action of Mike McNeil. Hokies do lead at the half. Virginia Tech 18-10. Cornhuskers haven't lost yet this year, but you know what? Joe Gans and the Huskers have the second half, and Oklahoma State looks good at home. 45-24. Kendall Hunter has rushed for over 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. Joe.
Yeah, quietly, Mike, Oklahoma State has the opportunity to surprise a lot of people this year. And I'm talking about the Big 12 South. Nobody's talking about him, Dave. He's on the carry. Brown stopped right at the original line of scrimmage. But you and I have talked about Oklahoma State. They have a chance to be really good.
Yeah, offensively, I think they can score with anybody. Will they have the defensive improvement necessary? It's almost like, you know, a poor man's Texas Tech story somewhat. And they're just laying in the weeds, though. They're playing pretty darn well, and I think they have improved over the last couple of years defensively, and I think that will continue.
It's a 2nd and 10. It's Brown again. And he is buried. Lost a couple. Big time sequence for Hughes off the edge of the defensive end. Now the first down marker brought to you by Overstock.com. Overstock.com's prices are so low, you can afford to buy something for your friends too. That's Overstock.com. At home with the O. A game like this, keep the clock moving.
I have to give a lot of credit to these guys right here in terms of getting things started, stopping the running game. They have gotten after it at the line of scrimmage up front.
It's a yard a rush. 29 carries, 30 yards for Oklahoma. That is a rarity. And out of the reach of M.Johnson. He's right at the first down marker. So 3 and out once again. And when Oklahoma looks at this footage, give TCU credit, but they're also going to say, should have been able to run the football a little bit better.
Well, it's a situation that, as a coach, you always like to have something that you're not happy with to keep the team on an edge. And Bob Stoops, it's going to be very obvious. Bob Stoops, Kevin Wilson, everybody involved with that running game is not going to be pleased with the results, and they'll have a long week working on that.
High snap for Null. Had one skip back to him. Curley. And hit an up man. Now the battle. They were locked up. The up man trying to block a Sooner. Man, TCU will have the football. They'll also have it in good field shape at their own 42. So coming off a touchdown drive, the Horned Frogs get it right back. Still Oklahoma late by 25.
Would you like to put a stop to your partner's snoring so you could go to sleep and stay asleep every night? Introducing Pure Sleep, the stop snoring solution. Common snoring is caused when the airway is constricted, causing the soft palate to vibrate. Pure Sleep is a patented self-molded mouthpiece cleared by the FDA, which holds the jaw slightly forward, opening the airway so that the snoring stops. Look at the difference in these before and after images. Pure Sleep puts a stop to snoring on the very first night, or your money back.
That is just the astounding thing. I have not snored. And so this thing works. It's easy to use, easy to mold, works like a charm.
Now we go to sleep. He falls asleep. He's not snoring. I fall asleep within 20 minutes. It's fantastic. I'm sleeping through the night, and so is he, and we're waking up with more energy and not waking up in the middle of the night to say shh.
Pure Sleep is safe and easy to custom fit for maximum comfort. Breathing is normal. Sprays and nose strips are ineffective because they can't open the airway in your throat. Similar devices have been successfully prescribed by dentists for over 20 years, but they can cost over $1,000. Pure Sleep is only 2 payments of $29.95 and is now available without visiting a doctor. Plus, call now and you won't have to risk a penny to try Pure Sleep. If it doesn't work, we'll refund the purchase price, refund the original shipping charge, and even pay to ship it back. Don't suffer through another night of snoring. Enjoy Pure Sleep by calling now. Try Pure Sleep risk-free.
To order Pure Sleep, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-972-0573. That's 1-800-972-0573. Don't wait. Call now.
Back in the land of tradition, Norman, Oklahoma. Reminding you tomorrow, Fox NFL Sunday returns Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, Jimmy, and Frank. An exclusive one-on-one interview with Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo. We'll also tell you whether or not Brett Favre and the Jets can end their 2-game losing streak. All on the 4 Drive 1 Fox NFL Sunday pregame show tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 on the West Coast. And it's such a good feeling when you come to places like Norman, Oklahoma, Austin, Texas. And we can go down a list of places in the Big 12 for sport. Great football. And an unbelievable atmosphere.
Electric.
At the 42, TCU down by 25. As Dalton throws a beauty to Jimmy Young. Just got it over. The linebacker. And it's complete for a first down.
Young has had a solid football game. Remember, only a sophomore. He's going to have a lot of snaps in the passing game for TCU. Gets in and out of cuts well, concentrates on the football, quality player.
Weak side backer Travis Lewis thought he had enough depth in the drop, but you could see over his head.
Yep.
Underneath Turner. On his back, Reynolds, the middle linebacker. Close to another first down, gain of about 8. Clock moving with 10:36 left in the contest. And we've talked about the year of the quarterback. What a day for Colt McCoy. Percentage-wise on the season and touchdown to interception ratio.
I mean, that's the crazy thing, Joel. He's 13-1 now. Bradford's 16-2 touchdown to interception ratio. And it's that way with all the leaders in the Big 12. I mean, they're just incredible in terms of not putting their team in jeopardy and rolling up big numbers.
On 2nd and 2, penetration. So Turner's shut down right at the point. It'll be 3rd and 2. Well, next Saturday, Dave, we're going to be in Boulder.
Yep.
It is Texas at Colorado, and by that time, with all the upsets, Texas could be a top 5 team.
I think they got to be. I mean, you know, they got to be a top 5 club. I think there'll be 3. You know, that'll be in the top 5 out of the Big 12, with Oklahoma leading the country at number 1.
Win today for Texas. A dominating one. As you would see Colt McCoy left early. 17 of 19 and gone. As against Arkansas. Brown can't get back to the line. Here's Keenan Clayton, the strong side backer. And now it's going to be 4th and about 4.
And I'm sure they'll go for it again. And Gary Patterson, his football team will not quit. And, you know, he talked about last night, wanted to get into the 4th quarter because he said, we always play harder in the 4th quarter than the opposition. The kids are extremely disciplined mentally and physically. They're weight room warriors. And they always finish games tough in the 4th quarter. But A big deficit to overcome in this fourth quarter.
They need 4 from the Sooners' 32. The penalties and the turnovers, that's what's hurt them. Now, can Dalton run for it? Well, coming back to help him out. And is he out of bounds? Yes. It looked like Johnson had room to come down, but maybe he landed awkwardly and maybe landed out of bounds on the shoulder first before the feet hit.
Yeah, when he left his feet, and did he have to leave his feet? Could he have? He didn't have to leave his feet. He got the left foot down before his body hit.
Yeah,
I think they're going to take another look at this one. Leaves his feet, left foot comes down in bounds before the hand touches down, the left hand. I think they're going to take another look at this and give him the catch.
Yeah, the drive should continue, and it will. There'll be a challenge. Coaches up in the TCU box saw what we saw.
Well, they review every play. The replay officials look at every single play, and they're reviewing this.
Challenging ruling on the field, the last play of a completed catch.
So the drive
shouldn't have to be challenged. I mean, that one, when you look at replay, it's pretty evident that that's a catch. I mean, get the left foot down, everything's in bounds, nothing is touched, left hand down after the left foot by quite a margin.
So it should be TCU's first down.
Remember, we had
a long delay.
We had a reversal. Remember when TCU was backed up on the punt and the timeout wasn't noticed that during the game action, but when they reviewed it, Dalton had called the timeout, and they got that third down back again and converted it and went 40 yards.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver never had control of the ball.
Really?
First down, Oklahoma.
Never had control. Wow. Let's see, does he have control of the football? Airborne?
Yes.
Boy, that looks like pretty darn good control. I don't understand that one.
It came out when he hit the ground, but he's already out of bounds.
That's the reason. That's the reason. You have to maintain control of the football when he hit the ground. I didn't even realize that ball came out of there like that. That is the rule. When you go to the ground, you have to control the football. You have to have control of the football when you go to the ground, when you hit the ground. That's the rule now.
So Oklahoma is going to have it. 32-yard line, the starting point of the drive for Sooners.
I was so concentrating on his feet and his left arm, I never realized the ball came out of there.
Yeah, but it looked like it came out long after.
Well, when you hit the ground, though, you got to control it.
Nothing again. Now, this is frustration. TCU is totally dominated in the trenches when it comes to Oklahoma trying to run the football. So, a loss of a yard by DeMarco Murray. First down marker brought to you by Overstock.com. Overstock.com's prices so low you can afford to buy something for your friends, too. Overstock.com at home with the O.
And down again is a guy that's had kind of a long night. Trent Williams is looks like he's struggling a little bit out there. I think it's Big Trent. Or is it 73, not 71?
Could be Brandon Walker.
Brandon Walker. 76.
Yeah, it's Braxton.
It is Braxton.
So hopefully just cramping up.
Yep.
Well, they take time. So will we as we return to Norman, Oklahoma.
If you've tried to lose weight and failed on a diet or exercise program, there's news from the Obesity Research Institute. Now you can lose pounds of body fat and weight without changing your life.
When the fat starts shedding off, my husband says, "Look at you."
It wasn't just about losing weight, but body fat.
Inches were lost. Like, I swear it attacked just the fat.
Lipozene. Clinical study proves that 78% of each pound lost is pure body fat, backed by 12 independent clinical studies. Clinically proven to help you lose pounds of body fat and weight without a change in lifestyle.
I didn't have to go to a weird diet or, measure my food. I just ate what I wanted, and I lost weight.
Being able to lose the weight without having to really work hard was really fantastic. I loved it.
I could eat what I wanted to eat, and I still lost the weight consistently.
Please understand that Lipozene is a powerful weight loss supplement that was formulated only for those people who seriously want to lose not just weight, but pounds of body fat.
It's a miracle. I swear it is. You just can't do it on your own. You can't.
If you just would try Lipozene, you'll see results.
Lipozene is the final answer. It worked for me. I don't have to try anything else.
Now you can get Lipozene over the phone without a prescription. Call the number on your screen and it will be shipped directly to your home.
Call now to try Lipozene risk-free for 30 days for only $29.95. If you don't lose pounds of body fat and weight, send it back and we'll refund your $29.95. But wait, it gets better. Call now and we'll double your order absolutely free. Call in the next 10 minutes and your shipping and handling is also free. That's right. Call now and we'll double your order and your shipping is free.
To order, call 1-800-253-0368. That's 1-800-253-0368. Call now.
Welcome back once again to College Football Saturday in Norman, Oklahoma. Joel Myers along with Dave Lappman, Gary Reasons, Jim Knox as well. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further play right after these messages.
Before the race, behind the scenes, being in the middle of it all, NASCAR on speed. Are you ready to be there? See it, feel it, live it. Nobody covers NASCAR like NASCAR on speed. NASCAR on speed. Be there.
The journey to the FIFA World Cup begins. 53 European teams put it all on the line to claim their spot in the world's biggest tournament. FIFA World Cup qualifiers on Fox Soccer Channel. Live it here.
This week on Pro Football Preview, Sean Merriman, Jay Glazer, and Eddie George get you the inside story on this week's biggest games. Pro Football Preview, Friday. The nation's best fight for the title on Fox College Sports. The 2008 Boat U.S. National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship. 100 teams from the nation's top conferences square off for thousands in scholarship money and the title of national champion. The 2008 Boat U.S. National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship on Fox College Sports. Every Wednesday at 8, starting October 1st.
College Football Saturday presented by KFC and the KFC $10 Challenge. 7 pieces of KFC original recipe, 1 large side, and 4 biscuits for just $9.99.
I can do that.
Life tastes better with KFC. We're going after the game, I didn't tell you. And brought to you in part by Emporio Armani Diamonds for Men with new fragrance. Been meaning to talk to you about that, Dave. 4:51 left. It's a fourth and about 7. Even in the second half, you can see the damage is already done. And the score is by quarter. Bradford needs a little more than 7. And out of bounds. Well out of bounds for Iglesias. And TCU will take over. Well, I mentioned this young man. We were talking about the yearly quarterback, and we can't forget a guy who finished among the top 4 in Heisman Trophy balloting last year, Chase Daniel. And Chase Daniel chasing the Heisman once again this year.
And he's a guy that, in my mind, has the mentality of a linebacker. I mean, he plays a very physical football game at the quarterback position. What do you think about this young man, Gary?
I think that he's kind of the king of the spread offense, the way he runs it. You know, he did this at high school down in the Dallas area, so he's been in this offensive system for a number of years, and he's at the top of the game. I think he runs it the best. You know, he's making yards. He's got great players around him. Jeremy Macklin on that football team certainly helps, but I really like what he does. Chase Daniel is fun to watch.
He's out of South Lake Carroll, as Gary is talking about. There goes to Brown, who caught it on a knee, so he's down immediately at the 41. But back to Chase Daniel. We had an opportunity. He came to Kansas City for the Big 12 meetings. Coach Pinkel brought a couple of guys like Macklin and Daniel and Kaufman. So we spent some time with Chase Daniel. Now, this is a kid that you would invite in your home. You want him over. You want him around your children. Well, he's just a great kid.
He loves to play. I mean, all these guys are competitive, but Chase Daniel, he brings his A game to every practice. I mean, he is just an absolute addict of the game of football.
Yeah, you know, somebody who's kind of like him is kind of a younger version. Cody Hawkins is trying to get that swagger at Colorado.
Yeah.
And I talked about this young man earlier. I said, let's not forget about the Texas Tech's quarterback, Graham Harrell. And he's put up some incredible numbers through his career there.
And he's probably going to be the guy that, after his career, he may be the all-time leading NCAA passer, eclipsing all of them. You know, that's the numbers he's put up. He's going to have to average over 500 yards a game to do that, but he's certainly capable with that spread offense that Coach Leach runs out there.
Well, he's going to pass Kingsbury here pretty quickly. 205 yards to go there, and those are big numbers.
Dalton has to bring it back down, and down he goes. He's chopped down.
And Dalton may be hurt too, guys.
Unfortunately, because they got him so low.
They twist that ankle a little bit.
You know, the motor for this defensive front here for Oklahoma, it's been going all night. I'm really impressed with Austin English, what he's done on the defensive edge side, and he's done a great job getting back in there and putting pressure on Dalton. And really, you look inside, Adrian Taylor, 86. We watched him earlier. He had a little cramp getting off. He's done a great job interior-wise of the defensive tackle, getting off of blocks and putting pressure on the quarterback. I think Jackie Schiff, the defensive line coach, he's talking to his guys there in midfield, saying, hey, you guys are doing a heck of a job inside there. Now, remember, they're missing DeMarcus Granger. Right. He's been out with a foot injury, so Cordero Moore backed up Adrian tonight. Adrian Taylor and Gerald McCoy and Corey Bent have all been rolling through there. They've got some depths on the defensive tackle side here for Oklahoma.
And they're young. They are really young, Gary.
And I don't know, he got his leg rolled up underneath. I don't know if it's his ankle or his knee, but...
Season opener 2005, Oklahoma ranked number 7 of the nation at the time. They boxed up Adrian Peterson. We talked about it earlier. 22 carries, only 63 yards. So made him throw it. They couldn't throw it. But Ty Gunn did. 236 yards and a score. And with the score tied at 10, Bomar came in, the backup at the time for the Sooners. He coughed it up. Recovered by David Hawthorne. So the opportunity was there. And 4 plays later, the Horned Frogs complete the upset. The decisive touchdown. They win it 17-10 over number 7 Oklahoma opening day. And as we all found out that season, Oklahoma did not have the quarterback that they were looking for.
And look at since then. I mean, almost parallel paths. Gone to 3 bowl games. They've won conference titles. The wins and losses almost identical. They've had nice runs. And, you know, the difference between 2005 and tonight, when TCU made Oklahoma one-dimensional in 2005, case closed. Made Oklahoma one-dimensional tonight, and Sam Bradford says, I like that dimension. And he's thrown the heck out of the football. So, you know, you still, Gary Patterson, you know, and Gary, you know, Gary, you can attest to this. You can't give an offense like Oklahoma a two-way go. I mean, they couldn't contain that passing game, but if they let them run wild, it would even be worse.
Marcus Jackson has taken over. He ran for his score. In fact, he ran for a 79-yard touchdown last week, their longest run of the season. He's dropped this time, though, trying to spin away the midfield stripe away from Travis Lewis. And there's the touchdown I'm talking about last week.
Mike Schultz, the offensive coordinator, says we have a package for Marcus Jackson. That was just the option where SMU didn't take the quarterback on the option. They took the pitch man, but nobody took the quarterback. 2 guys took the pitch man. Mike Schultz led us to believe that Jackson would get in the game when the game was still on the line with a little bit of a running package.
Young was the target. Out of bounds it goes. Andy Dalton, though, walked off the field. You can tell he was shaken up, but he was okay. The sophomore from Katy High School. You can't say enough about the attitude, the toughness that he displayed in an adverse situation from the very beginning tonight. This is a kid who started last year for them, Dave, as a redshirt freshman. Set a TCU single-season record for completions. Second best season in passing yardage as they get ready to punt it away. But it was a tough night for Andy Dalton, but did he ever hang in there? And he displayed a strong arm.
Yeah, it's a tough kid. There's no question about it. He doesn't want to leave this football game. Making sure that the swelling doesn't get crazy.
Ryan Broyles waits for the punt back at the 8.
Wow.
A little shifty, across the 15, out to the 17 as we head back downstairs to Jim Knox. Knoxy.
All right, Joel and Dave, you remember our jumping cheerleader, Jumping Zach? He's back. It's his birthday. This could be a record. We got 10 cheerleaders right here. I'm going to make it 11. Come on, Zach. The side semi flip. Let's go and see if he gets the clearance. He made it. The Zach attack record. It's his birthday today. How about that? 11. That's a record, guys.
The Zach attack, Noxie. And you were part of the Zach attack.
By the way, though,
I was thinking about bringing Gary Reasons on, but I didn't think he'd clear him.
Halsley has taken over at quarterback for Oklahoma. And Moses Madu head over heels to the 23. By the way, did you notice that Jim Knox, the guts that it displayed getting in the middle, not on the very end of that line?
Somebody's going to be in the middle, and Knoxie said it's going to be me.
Well, I had to be smart about it.
That's right.
Because if it's a record, I didn't want to ruin it for him.
Yeah, there you go.
You're a team player, Jim. You really are a team player.
Thank you. Thank you.
That last tackle showed what Coach Patterson was talking about. TCU is going to tackle the legs and the ankles. They've done a great job tonight, sure tackling.
Madu.
They're at the legs again. I mean, they wrap them up. They get right down below the waist. They don't hit them high, Joel, and let them bounce off. He said it's not embarrassing. Our method is I tell our kids, tackle the legs. You can't tackle the legs, tackle the ankles. He wants to make sure that you get your arms wrapped up.
Here, Dave and Gary downstairs. I can't remember the last time Oklahoma had 33 carries in a game for only 30 yards. At least since Bob Stoops took over.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case, and now it's going to be 3rd and 5. How about the clock continues to roll?
How about Kevin Wilson staying with it 33 times? I mean, he's stubborn about it. He says, we got to work on this.
Halsley out of the pocket. And
got to call that.
Pop at the 20.
I guess he was still in bounds.
Yeah, it was Robert Henson who met him there.
Well, that was a tremendous hit. Halsley going out of bounds, and he's on his knees, actually, and then the player comes in, defender, hits him right up under the chin strap, and bingo, that was a heck of a hit. Line judge here, right here, does not feel like he was out of bounds. I'm not sure he was either. I think he's just about to go down in bounds, and it's probably a pretty clean hit.
Yeah, he was, Gary. You're right. His left knee was down in bounds. You're exactly right.
So 60 more seconds to play. As Curley awaits the punt. So it's been a very quiet last 45 minutes of this contest. Let's face it. It was 21-3 at the end of the first quarter. And it slowed down in a big way. Curley from the 45. And it's up to the punter who forced him out of bounds. Just barely. But Sam Bradford, as I mentioned in the opening 15-minute split, he had 199 yards passing, an Oklahoma passing record for the first 15.
And you can see that the huge opportunities down the football field to take advantage of because they were loading the box up, and TCU's cornerbacks could not hold up in one-on-one coverage on the island, out on the perimeter. And now, run a little quarterback or a little wide receiver screen. Bradford right on the money with that. And Johnson's off to the races again. Just a phenomenal day of taking advantage of what the defense was giving them.
TCU's got it at the Oklahoma 18. Marcus Jackson, great wheels, and throws it right to the linebacker. That was Lewis with the pick. It's been some kind of game for Travis Lewis, the redshirt freshman out of Lee High School in San Antonio. And he lets him celebrate one more time. Welcome to those of you just joining us now from your programming in your region. Joel Myers, Dave Lapham, Gary Reasons, Jim Knox, and a complete performance offensively, at least from a passing standpoint, and overall defensively. They got it done as Oklahoma took apart TCU to the tune of 35-10. Now, Oklahoma's not been able to run the football, as we've documented and talked about throughout the course of the evening. 35 carries for only 27 yards.
Well, that was their 4th turnover, too, Joel. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. You can't go -4 against Oklahoma and hope to win a football game. 2 things Oklahoma's going to work on: their ability to run the football and cover on special teams. Because TCU gassed him in a kickoff return. They gassed him in a punt return. Cincinnati gassed him for a 97-yard kickoff return touchdown earlier. So there are things for Oklahoma to work on, but they are going to be the #1 team in the country, you would think, with all that went on. #1 lost, #4 lost, #3 in jeopardy. And Bob Stoops going to get out in the football field and congratulate Gary Patterson on a hard-fought game.
Yeah, down to the trenches. A real physical game. And 2 of the very best coaches in college football that have had an unbelievable amount of success. Bob Stoops, 100 wins. Gary Patterson percentage-wise, 66 and 25 in 8 years at TCU. So two guys that control the sidelines at a very high level with their programs. But Oklahoma dominated early. They hit them. And at that point, TCU didn't know what happened in the first 15 minutes. Down 21 points right away. And Oklahoma will vault to the #1 team of the nation. There's no question about that as we check in a final time with Jim Knox. Knox.
All right, thank you, Joel. Coach, congratulations. You guys really dominated as far as the passing goes. S.Bradford, M.Johnson, over 400 total yards right there.
Yeah, that's, you know, their style. They cram everybody up there, and they're going to make you beat them that way. Fortunately, we can throw it. There's still some things we need to do better, of course, running the ball that we have in the past that we'll have to polish back up. But give TCU credit. That's their style and how they play it defensively and crowd it up there, and they do a good job of it.
Now, but speaking of defensively, how about your club tonight? 3 takeovers.
Yeah, we did a good job with the turnovers. It worked us here and there, but you give up 1 touchdown to a ranked team the entire night. Again, TCU does a really nice job. I think Coach Patterson and his crew really coach well, and they got good schemes, and we did. We played well to hold them to 1 touchdown.
All right, appreciate the time, Coach. Thank you very much. What do you think, Joel and Dave? The new #1 team in the nation right there?
I think so, Knoxy. Gotta think so.
Yeah, and you give credit to TCU because of what they did to stop the run, but let's not forget about the defense of Oklahoma against a quality opponent in TCU.
No doubt. I mean, Oklahoma's defense rose to the occasion, and 4 takeaways, Joel. That's big.
But don't forget to join us. A Big 12 college football Saturday.